1965, the blue and white flags of Israel have filled Fifth Avenue annually, demonstrating Jewish pride and the strong bond between Israel and New York City. Over the years, this once small-scale event has blossomed into the world's largest gathering in celebration of the people, culture, and spirit of Israel. Flooding the streets with music, dancing, and community, those marching today embrace the theme of Hatikva, the hope, as they stand strong in their love for Israel and for each other. Here at Israel Day on 5th.
And welcome to our live coverage of Israel Day on 5th. We are so happy you're with us. I'm Robert Moses, joined today by three-time Emmy award-winning journalist Dana Arshan, but more importantly, Dana's my friend.
Can I have the biggest hug?
Great to see you.
I love you so much.
Love
It
you
is
too.
so special to be by your side. Thank you so much, Robert. Shalom to everyone watching. A very special shalom to my family in Israel, the Rosenberg family. I love you so much. I'm really so honored to be here again as tens of thousands of people have come out to march in support and to celebrate Israel.
Today's event is produced, as always, by the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, and we have the best seat in the house, live on 5th Avenue at 68th Street, bringing our broadcast to friends and fans watching here in the U.S., in Israel, and all around the world.
And today's theme is Hatikva, the hope. And participants are marching today in the hope that the 58 remaining hostages will be released as soon as possible, while also celebrating in the shared hope of a safe and prosperous future for Israel.
Someone who always radiates hope and joy is one of our favorites, the third member of our on-air team, Baruch Shemtov. Hello, friend.
Hey, Baruch.
Hello to both of you. Thank you so much, Robert and Dana. And we are already celebrating right here on 5th Avenue, and I couldn't think of anybody better to celebrate with than both of you. You know, I grew up marching right here on 5th Avenue in this parade, first with Manhattan Day School, then with Ramaz, and every year is just so special as we all gather together with people from around the city to celebrate Israel. So guys, let's make this year the best one yet.
Baruch, we thank you for that, and Baruch will be all along 5th Avenue throughout this afternoon of coverage and speaking to all those who march on by him as we are getting this parade started. It started off around 11:30 or so just to our south. Honored guests.
And look at this sea of participants already. It's incredible to me.
I know. Here's the NYPD mounted unit. This is from a little bit earlier, and also the shofar player, Stanley Hockhauser. Stanley's always a big part of this parade. The NYPD police band as well came up the avenue. And of course, Mayor Eric Adams. National Conference of Shomrim Societies, and also Grand Marshal Harley Littman.
And we have Kibbutz Be'eri and Kibbutz Kfar Aza, two kibbutzim that were affected on October 7th. We lost so many on that day.
And of course, that continues to permeate this year's parade. We continue to hope and pray for the release of those remaining hostages.
And it has been such a somber and difficult year the past 2 years, but so many people wanted to, yes, acknowledge the tragedy, but also remember that we are a nation that moves forward, and they want to celebrate everything that Israel has accomplished.
Here's some members of the City Council. I see Letitia James, Carolyn Maloney in there. Gail Brewer there in the front, I see, with that beautiful Israel Day on 5th banner.
Always incredible to see people of all backgrounds and faiths coming out to celebrate and support today.
And Baruch is down on 5th Avenue with Governor Kathy Hochul.
Governor Hochul, it's so good to see you. Thank you so much for being here on 5th Avenue, celebrating Israel. Why is it so important for you to march here every single year?
I come every year to show our solidarity with the people of Israel and the Jewish community here in New York City. I am so proud to be the governor of a state that has the largest population of Jewish individuals outside of Israel, They are strong, they're resilient, and they've been through so much, especially since October 7th, where I went in the days following and had a chance to comfort a nation that was just reeling from the extraordinary trauma inflicted by a barbarous organization, a terrorist organization known as Hamas. So we come here to show our support, our solidarity, to meet with the families of former hostages, as well as those, the father, Ruby Chen, who's waiting for the remains of his son to be returned. So this is deeply personal to me. It's very emotional to see them and to know that 589 days have transpired since that travesty is shocking in its scale, but I am committed to doing everything in my power to use my voice and my platform to bring them home.
Absolutely. And of course, this year our theme is Hatikva, the hope. What is your hope as we transition into this next year?
My hope is that next year we are celebrating the return of the remaining hostages, the 58 people, and sadly some have already lost their lives, murdered. But their families deserve closure. We need to celebrate next year, hopefully a complete homecoming, and start putting this horrific chapter in our world's history behind us and start to heal.
And of course, that support is really palpable throughout New York. What is that connection between New York and Israel? Why has that always been so strong?
It's been a beacon of democracy in a very hostile world. New York is a place people come fleeing oppression from everywhere. Even my Irish immigrant grandparents were oppressed and couldn't get jobs in Ireland. They came here for a new life. We are a nation of immigrants, but particularly here in New York City, we celebrate this. And so many Jews had to flee oppression, especially after the Holocaust. Many survivors' families make New York home. That's part of who we are. And we must honor them, celebrate that story, and make sure everybody knows that story, because otherwise we are doomed to repeat it.
Well, Governor Hochul, thank you so much for being here with us on Fifth Avenue. Governor Kathy Hochul, I'll send it back to you guys up there.
Thank you so much, Baruch. I actually interviewed Governor Hochul earlier this year. We sat down, and she has always shown her support for the Jewish people. And it is nice to see her out here today and continuing to celebrate with us.
Elegant words from the governor as we continue to hope for the release of those remaining hostages. We want to remind you that we are broadcasting on Fox 5, and you can also stream us if you're out and about today. We want to invite you to stream us at IsraelDayOnFifth.com, IsraelDayOnFifth.com. We're also streaming on JCRC New York's YouTube channel and Facebook page, as well as the Jewish Broadcasting Service. So there are all sorts of ways for you to connect with us throughout the day. We hope you can stay with us for our entire 3 hours of coverage.
Also throughout the day, you'll see a QR code on your screen, JCRC New York and Israel Day on 5th. Make sure to scan that QR code. You can do it anytime. You can also scan to donate and support the important work that JCRC is doing to advance the values, interests, and security of the Jewish community and to create a more interconnected New York for all. That's really its mission that it lives by.
And as we look at the FDNY banner there, just want to say thank you to all of our first responders, firefighters, police officers who are working so hard to secure this event. I saw dozens upon dozens of them on my walk over here, and we just said thank you to some of the police officers who are walking by, so we thank you to them. And we're looking at FDNY Engine 343. It was created in the aftermath of 9/11 to honor, of course, the 343 members of the FDNY who died in the line of duty that day.
A 1951 Mack fire truck represents the Engine 343 company. And not just are they keeping us safe today, but every single day they work so hard in this city.
And we always say that this is a 24/7, 365 operation. They don't get holidays off. They don't get overnights off. All these people have to be on duty all of the time. And we're so grateful for their work, not just today, as you said, but every day of the year.
We absolutely are.
And what a gorgeous day. A little bit of a breeze.
Usually we do this first week of June, and I think this is a safer bet, right?
It is a little earlier in the year, so we do have slightly cooler temperatures. It was warm yesterday, low 80s, but today's supposed to be just in the low 70s as we see the breezes blowing on the edge of Central Park here.
And what's been so nice, you and I and Baruch all work together at Fox 5 as reporters, and to reunite with you every year. And you and I were always friends, but we like, I consider you a brother. I think I know your deepest, darkest secrets.
I think you probably do.
It's just so beautiful how this event has brought us together.
Well, and that's the thing. Every time we come back and do this parade each year, it feels like a family reunion.
It really does.
We go into the trailer when we arrive here, and I feel like I'm seeing my family members every year.
Can I tell you that me and the makeup artist were making fun of you and Baruch because you guys have the same exact conversation year after year after year.
We do.
About how you weren't friends and then became friends.
Right.
I love it. I
Right.
love making fun of you guys. You love making fun of each other.
Well, and Baruch and I will probably have the same conversations when we're both, walking with walkers.
We really are family.
Yeah, it's great that you can be here with us, sharing in this. It's just such a great atmosphere. And again, luckily we have some good weather today,
I know,
so that's
this is
great.
perfect. I see so many familiar faces. I had a man who runs the men's club at the synagogue I grew up. He walked by and he goes, "I'm calling your dad later."
The thing is, when I do this parade with you, like everyone who comes up the avenue, or they know you. I don't know which it is.
Someone just called me a Jew-lebrity. I just love meeting people, and it's just, they call it a small Jewish world for a reason. We kind of all just know each other. But I really love to hear people's stories, not just meet them, but learn who they are.
And we'll talk about the work that you do throughout the day. But as we continue to watch the parade here, I'm always struck each year by the generations, the young children who are here for perhaps the first or second time, and then their parents, their grandparents, in some cases their great-grandparents. This is a family tradition that is passed down through the generations.
Of course,
always fun to see that.
And you're going to hear later, but this started, in the 1960s as just a vision to have something large scale, but it was really small. It was just a few people coming out for a gathering. So to see the generations and hundreds, tens of thousands of people come out, it's just incredible.
And Baruch is down on Fifth Avenue with another guest. Hello, Baruch.
Absolutely. We have two very special guests, Dr. Ben Golub and Cheryl Fishbein. Dr. Ben Golub is, of course, president, and Cheryl is chair of JCRC New York, who made all of this possible. Thanks for having us all here on Fifth Avenue.
We're delighted to be here, and you thank us, but it's really our staff, our people, our board who come together and cooperate, and of course the New York City Police.
Absolutely, we couldn't do it without them. We really all feel so safe here this year. And of course, we're all celebrating the theme of Hatikva, the hope. What does that theme mean to you?
Well, the hope is for a better future, of course. We hope to bring home the hostages. We hope for peace in Israel. We hope for peace with our neighbors. We hope to have peace in the New York community, that the relationship between the beautiful mosaic, which is New York, comes together, lives in peace, and enjoys prosperity and safety together.
Amen. What about you, Cheryl?
Lots to hope for. I think Ben said it beautifully. And hope is an optimistic thing. You're looking forward, you are hoping, you know that good eventually will come. And I think that's how we have to look at this.
Absolutely, and we really feel that hope here on Fifth Avenue. The turnout has been tremendous. What has the community's response been to this year's event?
Well, the response has been magnificent. We've got the most floats we've ever had before. I'm sure when we tally the numbers, the turnout will be the greatest turnout we've ever had before. You can feel the love in the room, you can feel the camaraderie, and the thing I like to point out about this parade is you look to the left, you look to the right, you see flags of Israel, and for the members of our community who've had to deal with the anti-Semitism, some of us deal with it privately, some of it causes pain, some maybe just bounces off with no effect, but for many of us we feel it, and when we come together with so many people who are like-minded with us, it reminds us, Am Yisrael Chai. It reminds us that we're okay, that we're not alone, that we are an integral part of this city. We've helped make the city great. We will continue to make the city great. And we thank the elected officials and all the people of New York who have turned out to support Israel in this time when that support makes a difference. It means something.
Absolutely, absolutely. And of course, I get to see both of you every year, and it feels like just yesterday that we were doing our last interview. But Cheryl, a very big year for you because you are transitioning from your role as chair. You're actually passing the torch to Dr. Ben over here. What has this event meant to you over the years, and how has the event really evolved?
Well, I think over the years it just gets bigger, it gets better. You know, some years there's turmoil around the parade. This year has been marvelous, just marvelous. The enthusiasm, the coming out of the community, the biggest parade ever. And when I think about the years, I was in 6th grade the first time I marched in this parade.
Wow, who did you march with?
I marched with the Yeshiva of Flatbush.
Wow, love it.
And every year through high school, through college, through graduate, I just kept coming and marching through different organizations. And for me this year, forget the chair thing, I've got 4 grandchildren marching in this parade.
I hear one of them may be coming up soon with the Scouts.
The Scouts, I've got one with the Scouts, one with the Heschel School, 2 with the Rodef Shalom School. What could be better, right?
So much to be proud of. And as you pass the torch to Dr. Golub, what is your piece of advice as he becomes the chair of JCRC New York?
Oh my goodness, all he has to do is keep doing what he's been doing as president. He has been a star.
What's your vision for the future of this event?
Well, the event continues to represent the vital connection between the U.S. and Israel, and that the New York Jewish community and its relationship to the other communities of New York. When I think about the transition that you talked about, all I have to do is not so easy. I have to aspire to keep up and do half of the things that Cheryl did right, and I'll be a great chairperson.
Well, you both are so incredible. Thank you for making this possible year after year, for being such incredible role models. Congratulations on another incredible celebration.
Thank you, and thank you for being here.
Thank you for having me.
With us, putting us out there.
I love you.
Everybody, I hope you're tuning in. I hope you plan on coming. I hope you're feeling jealous if you're not here, and that next year you'll come and join us.
Amen.
Baruch, we have the same Hebrew name.
I love it.
I hope to see you next year, and I think this parade is vital for our community. It's like a shot in the arm of energy and pride and nachas, and let's bring it on. Let's do it again.
Amen. Thank you so much. I'll send it back up to both of you.
Thank you. I love that there are 2 Baruchs out there. I don't know if we can handle both of you. Right now, we're looking at this beautiful banner. It's the Friends of Israel Scouts Sofim, founded in 1995. Friends of Israel Scouts of North America is a youth movement for Jewish teens that originated in Israel. The movement's programs nurture values of diversity, tolerance, inclusivity, social responsibility, strong ethics, as well as community involvement.
It inspires empowered young individuals to make a positive impact in their communities and the world positively. Sofim provides a supportive and inclusive environment for Jewish youth to learn, grow, and develop important life skills.
And groups marching in the Sofim cluster are the Sofim national team, Shevet Geffen Long Island, among several other groups.
So again, our theme for today is Hatikva, the hope. And I think there's a lot of that infused in all of what we're doing, especially this year.
Absolutely. And, you know, Hatikva lyrics, the national anthem, were written by poet Hertz Imber in 1886, adapted from his much longer 9-stanza poem. And the melody was then added by Romanian Jewish immigrant Samuel Cohen, based on Moldavian folk song.
The message of Hatikva, the hope, has rung out at annual Zionist congresses and at innumerable global events for more than a century, but it wasn't until 2004 that Hatikva was officially designated Israel's national anthem. In one of its most inspiring renditions, 80 years ago, Jewish prisoners at Bergen-Belsen joined together on Shabbat to sing Hatikva only 5 days after British troops had liberated them.
And most had not participated in a Jewish service for 6 years, but even in their weakened state, sang proudly and loudly. And from the horrors they'd experienced rose the hope for the future. So for them and for Jews today, Hatikva really endures as an expression of Jewish national solidarity and reminds us that hope can ultimately guide us toward a better tomorrow. And here now performing Hatikva is a vocal band, very talented. I saw them practicing before, 613.
Yes, I didn't know. They were awesome.
That's so beautiful.
Yeah.
So I know that they have performed here the last few years that I was here. I hadn't seen 613, so this is my first time hearing them. And I'm so glad to meet another band and hear them perform.
Yeah, we heard them rehearsing before, so it's nice to hear them perform live. This is the Abraham Joshua Heschel School on Manhattan's Upper West Side. Nursery through 12th grade Jewish day school founded in 1983.
And named after one of the great Jewish leaders, teachers, and activists of the 20th century, the Heschel School opened with a commitment to creating a pluralistic Jewish community dedicated to the values that characterized Rabbi Heschel's life, which was intellectual exploration, respect, integrity, love of the Jewish people and tradition, and a commitment to social justice. What a great turnout.
Mm-hmm. That young lady's getting a better view than all the rest.
My poppy would be so proud. I'll give him a quick mention. So my grandfather, Nat Ross, who I call my poppy, passed away about a year and a half ago. And he died just before his 102nd birthday. He was an Auschwitz concentration camp survivor. And I have dedicated my life to keeping his legacy alive and the legacy of all Holocaust victims. I work for the Holocaust Memorial and Tolerance Center on Long Island, and he used to watch this live, so I know he's beaming down on me today.
He is very proud, and this is the Jewish Agency for Israel. Since 1929, they've been working to secure a vibrant Jewish future for generations to come. The Jewish Agency provides the global framework for Aliyah, works to promote global Jewish safety, strengthens Jewish identity, and connects Jews to Israel and to one another.
And since October 7th, the Jewish Agency has been assisting Israelis through the Fund for Victims of Terror, providing vital financial aid and long-term rehabilitative support to survivors and the families of those murdered, kidnapping, and missing. Wow, that is such important and heavy work.
It is. And here's the Westchester Hebrew High School marching up Fifth Avenue, the only modern Orthodox co-educational high school in Westchester County.
Their goal is making Torah and dedication to the state of Israel essential and relevant to students' everyday lives, while also providing an enriching academic experience in Judaic and general studies, which really readies them for the world that awaits them. It is always so incredible to me how many different groups there are. I mean, what other community has so many different groups across so many, different sects, from Reform to Orthodox, everything in between, and to see them come together is amazing.
And here's the guy with the best ride in the whole place.
Oh, yeah.
Daniel Neidich.
Where's my ride? I'm hopping in. I'm
Hey,
leaving you here solo.
He'll give you a ride. He is the owner and driver of this gorgeous mirrored Lamborghini that can be yours for, well, I don't know how much. A real estate mogul, sustainability advocate. He has many hats. Philanthropist, volunteer, chief medical first responder. He's also an honorary New York State fire chief.
You guys
Hey,
can't
Daniel.
see he's waving to us right now. I don't know if I've ever seen a mirrored car before. Have you?
Now you have.
Now I have. It was
And
right next to us.
It looks like you could eat off that thing. It's so clean.
Just a little more about him. His early career successes have allowed him to support several charitable causes and organizations, especially in education, healthcare, community building, and so much more. He grew up in the Bronx, and he's passionate about empowering disadvantaged children and their families living in his native borough.
And you probably hear Daniel showing off. He's revving the
Yes,
engine.
he is revving the engine.
As if we needed a reminder of how cool his car is. He's giving us a reminder. And here is the PJ Library. It sends free, high-quality Jewish children's books to families every month. PJ Library programs are offered in 40 countries. That's more than 7 million children's books a year being enjoyed by families around
And I
the world.
always get excited when I see them because my shelves in my children's rooms are packed with PJ Library books. Hello to my little girls, Maya and Harlow, if they're watching. But I love PJ Library. And these stories really spark conversations that inspire the whole family to explore and celebrate what they love about Jewish life. And they send for free children's books to families all across the country, maybe even beyond. It's incredible.
Here's the SAR Academy and SAR High School, modern Orthodox co-ed day school located in Riverdale up in the Bronx. SAR has been marching in this parade for decades, formed in 1969 through a merger of 3 Jewish day schools.
Today, more than 1,600 students attend SAR. Their motto is, it's not just what you learn, it's who you become. And 90% of the high school students attend a gap year, meaning they go to Israel before they go off to college, which is a really beautiful way to identify and understand their homeland. I'll let the music take over for a moment. There are 600 marchers. 600 marchers in this group. Incredible. It's so nice. I've been getting warm text messages, and my family member, Ann Fridman, just said it was so nice that you mentioned your grandfather. Her late husband was my poppy's first cousin. So it means so much to me that my family can listen in. Hi, Ann. Thank you for always supporting me in my work. I love you.
And you really do great work at the Holocaust Museum, the first ever storyteller there. And every time I look at one of your Instagram feeds or your Twitter, you're always introducing the story of another Holocaust survivor and telling thousands upon thousands more people that story that needs to be told.
Thank you. I appreciate that. And you've always been so supportive, and you're doing amazing work at Fox. And Fox is where I started my Holocaust series. So it's a full circle moment for me to be back here.
This is the Jewish National Fund. Since its founding in 1901, the organization has been building a strong, vibrant future for the land and people of Israel.
Since 1901, JNF has planted more than 250 million trees, built over 250 reservoirs and dams, developed over 250,000 acres of land, created more than 2,000 parks. You get it. It is incredible what they're doing.
Yeah, what haven't they done?
Wow. Provided infrastructure for over 1,000 communities. What important work they're doing. It's a great float.
And as we watch the float continue up Fifth Avenue, we are going to take our first commercial break, but we will be back with plenty more parade coverage. We're with you until 3 this afternoon. We hope you'll stay with us. We'll be right back.
Israel Day on 5th, a project of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, with support from the UJA Federation of New York and the State of Israel.
So I'm right here in central Israel, where because of UJA's support, hundreds of thousands of Israelis directly affected by the horrific events of October 7th continue to receive so many vital services, from urgent needs to longer-term assistance. And thanks to you, we are helping Israelis, especially those waiting for loved ones to return home, find the support to continue their lives. There's so much more to do still, and more than ever, we need your help to do it. So please join us.
And we welcome you back to our coverage of Israel Day on 5th. So glad you're with us for this 2025 edition of one of my very favorite annual New York City traditions.
Coming up now is Yeshiva Har Torah, founded in 1989. Today, with nearly 700 students, Yeshiva Har Torah is recognized as one of the premier yeshivot in New York metropolitan area, in this area, and they serve students in nursery school through 8th grade in Queens.
They've been marching since 1993. Most of their students live in the communities of Great Neck and West Hempstead. Their families are made up of Jews that come from diverse backgrounds.
And I live in Port Washington, right next to Great Neck, so
yes.
I spend a lot of time there.
Port Washington, beautiful up there on the North Shore. Not to invite myself, but I do need to come out.
I keep telling you I need to have you.
I need to.
Summertime.
Yes.
My girls' weekend activities take over my life at the moment.
Okay, well.
But I'm having you for a barbecue.
All right, whenever you can fit me in, I'm there.
Or maybe I'll have you for Shabbat dinner.
You choose.
Hello to my parents, Sharon and Artie Arshin. Isn't that a great name, Artie Arshin?
Love it.
My mom says, great parade and celebration of our Jewish community. Shalom from Long Island. Poppy is definitely watching. I love that. Thank you, Mom. I love you.
Hello, Mom and Dad.
My mom always says me and you need to have our own talk show. She loves watching us together.
I think that could work.
Are your parents watching today?
I think they are. I just got a text from my sister. And yeah, I think the family's watching.
Oh yeah, your sister sent a nice message last year. I want to meet her.
She is great.
We hear chants of bring them home. Again, 58 hostages still remain in Gaza.
Such a tough mix of emotions. I mean, yes, it's celebratory, but all the celebration is tempered by that desire to get these hostages
I feel
back.
that's part of the Jewish guilt, actually. We want to celebrate, but we also want to acknowledge so many families that are suffering, and the whole Jewish community globally is suffering right now. But we need to celebrate. We need to show that we are resilient and that we always move forward, we always rebuild, but we will keep fighting.
And I think part of the reason we've heard that this is one of the biggest parades ever, as we look at Jewish Home Family, one of the biggest parades ever, and part of the reason is because of October 7th, and so many people have come together as a result. Jewish Home Family, leading nonprofit organization in Bergen County dedicated to providing comprehensive elder care services, including skilled nursing, assisted living, rehabilitation, and long-term care rooted in Jewish values.
And this is amazing. They're wheelchair bound and they still came out here today.
Great.
That is such dedication. Big smiles on their faces. I love it. North Shore Hebrew Academy up right now. It's a modern Orthodox yeshiva in the heart of Great Neck on Long Island. It was formed in 1954. They have a proud journey of over 70 years, growing from one school to 4 campuses with over 1,100 students and 250 faculty. And, you know, where Torah values meet academic achievement and students reach their greatest potential. Robert was just leaning over because you had a fan. Who was that who came over to say hello?
Actually, that is one of the mayor's spokespeople. He's like, where were you earlier? We were here earlier. That is, I'm blanking.
Sorry, I put you on the spot.
No,
but one of the amazing people who work for the mayor's office.
Now I'm embarrassed. But yeah, he was like, where were you earlier? The mayor came by earlier, and we weren't on the air until noon.
And we were saying hi to Sid Rosenberg earlier.
Yes.
He's a radio host. I met him in Boca, in Florida.
Oh, how wild.
Didn't even know who he was. We just started talking.
Oh, wow.
And then connected the dots. He just got appointed by President Trump, I think, to be on some type of initiative.
He did, I
to
heard
combat
that.
anti-Semitism.
This is a huge group still
Wow.
marching by.
I love seeing the American and Israeli flags together. I mean, yeah, I did say that.
You got it.
But it's just, they're our ally in the Middle East, our strongest partner there.
Powerful symbol we see every year. And see a stiff breeze blowing here on Fifth Avenue, but a really, really nice day. This is the Israeli-American Council. 9th year marching. The mission of the IAC is to build an engaged and united Israeli-American community that strengthens the Israeli and Jewish identity of the next generation, the American Jewish community, and the bond between the peoples of the U.S. and the State of Israel.
And they have a DJ with them, DJ Liav Yehuda. The IAC reaches every generation in a family and empowers the Israeli and Jewish American leadership of tomorrow through a national ecosystem that spans 22 regional offices, 73 communities, and 104 campuses. I just can't get over the reach that every single one of these organizations has. A friend of mine, Alicia Post, just said, "Love seeing you. I'm waving my Israeli flag from across the way."
That doesn't exactly narrow it down.
Well, we have
But we love you
a
all the
narrow
same.
area over here. I don't know. I'm looking. Oh, there she is. Look, I found her. Do you see her? The one blowing you kiss?
Oh, yeah.
She's amazing.
You are quite the celebrity over here, I have to say.
I just know a lot of people. That's a fun float coming up. This is dream weather. Not too sunny, not too cold.
It's perfect.
All right, so you see there's music on the floats, there's music on the streets, and now we have a special musical performance from Soul Farm. It's been our Israel Day house band for over a decade. Soul Farm was founded by Grammy Award-winning guitarist C. Lansbaum and lead singer and multi-instrumentalist Noah Solomon Chase, who joined forces with drummer Ben Antelis and bassist Daniel Ori. Today, they also welcome world-renowned cellist Dave Egger.
The song they are about to perform, a collaboration by all four of Soul Farm's members, is Chasing Glory. It tells the story of the band's journey from setting out to America to forge their sound, to returning home to Israel with music that connects their roots to the world.
I grew up in a small town. Nothing ever happened. People came and they never left. I couldn't let that happen to me. I didn't have no money, but I had this old guitar. I learned to stare at
They are so good.
Do you think they'll play Walk With Me later if I request
I
it?
think they will take any of your requests. Their music is different every year, too.
They're
they
so
always put
good.
a little spin on it.
They're so good.
They're
Soul
so
Farm, our
talented.
house band, they've been doing this parade as long as I have.
Over
and,
a decade. No, you've been doing it more than that. How long have you?
Slightly, maybe a year or two longer, but they've been here.
What year is this for you?
think
I feel
maybe
like last year was
12 or
like year.
13.
Oh, I thought it was even more than that.
I'm getting old.
Nah, you just started young.
All right. Quaker City Band. As they have these beautiful costumes from Philly. They're led by Captain Jimmy Good and musical director Michael Brown. The Quaker City String Band, established in 1921, and is the winningest string band in the Philadelphia Mummers Parade with 24 first prize performances.
And the band is made up of saxophones, banjos, accordions, bass fiddlers, and drums, which give it the traditional Philadelphia Mummer sound. And Quaker City's membership is multi-generational, with their youngest junior members at 10 years old and the oldest at more than 80 years old. Traditional Jewish music here.
Let us listen to the Quaker City String Band. And now we're looking at the Yeshiva of Flatbush Lower School and High School. Since 1927, the Yeshiva of Flatbush has stood at the forefront of American Jewish education. Founded by the visionary Dr. Joel Braverman, the yeshiva was carried into the modern era by Rabbi Dr. David Eliach.
The mission of the Yeshiva of Flatbush is to empower students to develop exceptional character and intellect, educate through a rigorous Torah and general studies program, and inspire a love for and commitment to the welfare of all humanity. See, you had more friends just come over and say hi to you.
Judy Kopdahl.
All right, so I was told that my daughter, Maya Kraslow, is watching with one of her best friends, Blake Partovich, right now. And my daughter, Harlow, is watching too. I love the Pardo family. I love my little girls. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. I miss you. And I'm hearing now there are 1,000 marchers in this group that we're seeing right now. 1,000 came out today.
They're always one of the biggest groups year in, year out.
Some more information about this school. They continue to pioneer the principles of modern Jewish education under the strong leadership of Rabbi Joseph Beda in the Joel Braverman High School and Rabbi Yael Tzadi in the elementary school. I used to work as a reporter in Brooklyn. I remember doing several stories with them throughout the years.
And you know this group is so big that they are spanning 2 full city blocks?
It's incredible.
And while we look at this enormous group, can we just acknowledge our great crew, David, Annette, Amelia, Jenny, Lauren. We work with the best of the best of the best of the best at this parade, so thank you all.
They're singing a song now. I'm blanking on her name, but she's a really famous Israeli musician who, I think Eden, who won got global attention this year for this song. It's so beautiful to see Israeli music being played here, and they all know the words. And
you see that they're wearing hats with the word hope.
Hatikva. Sea of blue for Israel. And you and I coordinated so perfectly today.
We did, and we didn't even.
I know, we didn't even
chat in advance about our outfits, at least.
Now it's getting sunny out. Hi, guys. So what those of you watching at home can't see, if we ever sound distracted at all for a moment, it's because we have some really excited groups that keep coming up to the booth and, slapping fives with Robert, who's closest to the street, and jumping up very excitedly. So it's really beautiful to see that joy and excitement.
As you mentioned, the sun's starting to peek through the clouds. When we started, it was pretty darn cloudy, and now it's pretty much all sunny. Just a beautiful blue sky, low humidity, perfect day for a parade. I've done many of these parades when we're sweating it out.
I know.
It's
Have you
so
ever had a
nice.
rainy parade?
Yes, although nothing that was really, never a monsoon. There's been some raindrops here and there, but nothing to really.
So they've gotten pretty lucky. Yeah,
Yeah.
This is perfect. So this past year, we lost a dear friend and longtime champion of this parade, the legendary Dr. Ruth Westheimer. She was a Holocaust survivor, former Israeli army sniper, and a legendary human sexuality expert and author.
In the past few years, stressing the importance of human connections, she became New York's loneliness ambassador. She lived a glorious 96 years and is missed by so many, including all of us here at Israel Day on 5th. I had the good fortune of interviewing Dr. Ruth several times at this parade, and I will carry those memories for the rest of my life. She was just the loveliest person. When I would interview her, she would get about this close to me and pull me about 2 inches away from her face, and she was just the best.
Can I tell you, it's one of my biggest regrets that I never had a chance to interview her, and I interview Holocaust survivors every week. I tried, though. I really did. But she was very busy. She was involved with a different Holocaust museum here in the city, and her health was failing in recent years, and it made it difficult to conduct the interview. But I have always been in awe of her, and we miss her so much. We're so grateful for how she always showed up here every single year and for everything she's done for the Jewish community and beyond, and for all of New York, and may she rest in peace.
And her spirit really infuses this parade. She was just such a presence, just a tiny little woman,
right?
but man, her personality just filled this whole city.
Yeah, it's
so
incredible, the
we miss
career
her.
that she built. And you see that resilience from so many Holocaust survivors who came to this country with nothing, not a penny in their pocket, no family. And to be able to take that and build something beautiful, not just survive, but thrive, it was amazing. She was a definition of that. So, yeah, I'm so happy to be here with you and to share these moments with you.
Same. And we have so many good parade memories, not only with Dr. Ruth, but with so many others who have made this parade great. This is the Maccabeah, at times referred to as the Jewish Olympics, preparing for its most significant edition yet. The 2025 edition will bring together more than 7,000 athletes from 40 countries this July in Israel, united under the theme More Than Ever.
And this historic event celebrates resilience, hope, and global Jewish unity through the power of sport. At the head of today's float is the official Maccabeah Torch, which began its 6-month international journey in December at the graves of the ancient Maccabees in Israel. The torch was lit by a heroic IDF soldier officer wounded while defending the country on October 7th and serves as a symbol of the courage and perseverance of the Jewish people.
It will return to Israel for the official opening ceremony to be held in Jerusalem on July 10th. And let us now send it down to Baruch, who's with 2 special guests. Hey, Baruch.
2 very special guests, Rabbi Yehoshua Fass, who is the co-founder and executive director of Nefesh B'Nefesh, and Tony Gelbart, who's the co-founder and chairperson of Nefesh B'Nefesh. Thank you so much for being here.
Thank you for having us.
Let's start out with the mission of Nefesh B'Nefesh. What can you tell us about it?
Well, we were created 22 years ago to facilitate North American Aliyah, partner with the government of Israel, Jewish Agency, and we're celebrating 90,000 immigrants from North America to Israel. It's not just about building Israel, it's building that bridge between America and Israel. And it's been wonderful to walk through this parade and see family and friends of those who moved to Israel cheering us on. It's been incredible.
90,000, that's a very real number. What has it taken to make that possible?
It just takes a lot of effort and the unity of the Jewish people, but it's 90,000 people made Aliyah, and over 30,000 babies already have been born sabras in Israel.
Incredible, incredible. So for people watching today who are considering making Aliyah, what's the message?
Just come. We're waiting for you. It's open. It's free.
It's doable. Fulfill your dreams.
And why do you think that that is so important for people in New York and around the country to hear right now, especially in light of everything that Israel's going through?
It's been remarkable to see after October 7th that this strong, visceral connection of the diaspora Jewry strengthened with its connectivity to Israel. And it's being expressed in so many different ways, either charitable donations, in different acts of missions and solidarity, and also in an expression of moving to Israel and building Israel after such a catastrophe.
Why is that the ultimate expression of support for Israel?
Listen, when you're going to Israel, you're going to build the country. And the unity today between the Jewish people around the world is as strong as ever. So come to Israel. That's a great place to live.
Amazing. Well, thank you both for your incredible work. Enjoy the parade today. Absolutely. Sending it back to both of you.
Baruch, we thank you very much. And coming up the avenue here momentarily, I see the Manhattan Day School banner there. Founded in 1943, modern Orthodox day school located on the Upper West Side, serving toddlers through 8th grade. Today on 5th Avenue, they celebrate Israel at 77 and their intrinsic connection to Eretz Yisrael and Madinat Yisrael, the land and nation of Israel.
And their t-shirts, banners, and props showcase Manhattan Day School students celebrating the continual renewed light on Zion and their hopes and tikva of being worthy to share its light as it shines brightly.
And now, the 92nd Street Y.
My sister sends her kids to camp there.
For more than 150 years, the 92nd Street Y has been serving its communities in the larger world by bringing people together and providing exceptional, groundbreaking programs in the performing and visual arts, literature and culture, adult and children's education, talks on a huge range of topics, health and fitness, and yes, Jewish life.
Every day, through innovative programming of the highest caliber across a variety of disciplines, they strive to improve the world with every life they enrich and every bond of community they create. There are so many Upper East Siders I know who are part of the 92nd Street Y. They really bring the community together there.
And you probably saw the Paparim dancers right in front there twirling about. They are demonstrating the diversity of the Jewish people and modern Israeli culture through an exhilarating program of dance and song. Dancers, that is, spirited and captivating Paparim has thrilled audiences in the U.S. and Israel since 1975.
I'm watching them right now. They're beautiful. And going to Baruch right now, he's on the street with guests from the 92nd Street Y. Baruch.
Absolutely. I'm here with Rabbi David Ingber, the Senior Director for Jewish Life and of the Bronfman Center at the 92nd Street Y. Really a New York institution.
Absolutely. So great to be here today. Wow. Amazing day.
Amazing day, amazing weather, amazing energy in the air. Why was it so important for you to be here on 5th Avenue marching in support of Israel?
Today means everything to me, and I think it means to everybody here, not just as a rabbi, but as a Jew whose heart was broken on October 7th, to be here to celebrate Am Yisrael Chai, that we're still here, that we're living, that we have resilience, and that we have so much to celebrate in the 77 years of Israel being a state.
Absolutely. What's your message to people watching right now, Americans, New Yorkers, who may be conflicted about their relationship with Israel right now?
Listen, the word Israel itself means to wrestle, to be a wrestler. So we wrestle with meaning, we struggle, we ask questions, but we don't walk away. We don't abandon. We stay, we walk with together as one people. This sound behind me is the sound of peoplehood. We are a people, and we have room for wrestling, but walk with us. Don't walk away.
Absolutely, and that sound is coming from your float from the Bronfman Center for Jewish Life at the 92nd Street Y. What is your one takeaway for people watching about the state of Israel and about American Jewry more broadly?
I think that we have resilience, that we're here for all time. We're here. We're not going anywhere. Judaism and Israel itself are so variegated and so beautiful, so many different colors. So come and celebrate the miracle that is the state of Israel, the genius that is the state of Israel together.
Amen to that. Thank you so much, Rabbi.
Absolutely. Am Yisrael Chai.
Am Yisrael Chai. You heard it here. I'll send it back to both of you.
Baruch, thank you. This is Yeshivat Noam from Paramus, New Jersey, 18th year marching. This is a modern Orthodox Jewish day school with grades pre-K through 8th grade. Founded in 2001 with just 50 students, they've flourished and are now a premier Bergen County yeshiva day school with more than 800 students.
At this school, education is about unlocking doors, opening windows, and igniting hearts and minds. The school also has 9 sports teams and sits on over 5 acres of land. Wow, a lot of orange here. Their 6 guiding principles are the centrality of the child, love of Torah, derech eretz, academic excellence, commitment to Israel, and ivrit be'ivrit, and parent partnership. 500 marchers here. My friend Ari Ackerman walking by right now. He's our honorary Grand Marshal. He's up at the booth waving hello to us. I just gave you a shout out. We'll be seeing him. So again, what you guys can see is that we're getting approached by a lot of people at the booth. They're all really excited. It's so beautiful.
That I think is the best part of the parade
is, right?
is getting to give about 10,000 high fives throughout the day. We are closing in on the end of our first hour of coverage here on Fox 5. Of course, if you have to be out and about today, you can stream us IsraelDayOnFifth.com, also the Jewish Broadcasting Service as well.
And we have the Claims Conference with Holocaust survivors. As you know, for anyone just joining in, I talked about my grandfather, my papi, an Auschwitz survivor. So this is a very special organization to me. I've actually worked with them over the years. They've helped provide me with stats for a lot of my stories, and they help provide reparations to Holocaust survivors. It partners with organizations like Self-Help, the JCC of Coney Island, and they're working tirelessly to support Holocaust survivors. And the survivors on this float remind us that survivors were so instrumental in establishing and supporting the State of Israel, and that we must never forget. Had there been a State of Israel, there probably wouldn't have been a Holocaust.
Well, and that gets back to what Governor Kathy Hochul said. We have to learn from the past.
I want to get a video of them right now. So beautiful to see them here like this. And obviously the number of Holocaust survivors is dwindling. So to be able to see them and remember what they went through and to make sure we never forget their stories is more important now than ever before.
I was going to say that makes your job as a storyteller all the more important, because as the days and weeks tick by, there are fewer and fewer of them around.
And I tell my husband all the time that I feel guilty that I can't do 5 interviews a week. And I have interviewed survivors who have passed away, one just 3 days after I interviewed him, others just weeks after. And one family, I apologized. I said, I'm sorry I took him away for so many hours in his final day. And they said to me, no, we're so grateful that you did. And now his story will be remembered. But
You're now looking at Yeshivat Ha'atid from Teaneck, New Jersey, established in 2012. Yeshivat Ha'atid set out to change the landscape of what a Jewish day school should be.
today, the school is a leader in revisioning the classroom to incorporate the 21st century educational approaches. The school is committed to excellence in Judaic and secular studies. They strive to foster in their students a love of Torah and mitzvot, good deeds. There's a big text message thread in Port Washington where I live. We're called the Pro-Israel Crew. Okay. And they're texting me right now. They said, are you texting and live? So I said, I am, and I'm going to give you a nice shout out.
We're so happy you're with us again as we have 2 more hours of coverage here on Fox 5. We hope you will stay for every second of it. We'll be back right after this.
Israel Day on 5th, a project of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, with support from the UJA Federation of New York and the State of Israel.
It's been 19 long months since October 7th, and UJA has been there every step of the way, assessing the needs and coming up with innovative solutions for every Israeli during this difficult time. Please, donate now.
Kahila Kadosha Yanina the only Greek-Jewish Romaniot synagogue in the Western Hemisphere, is proud to support the State of Israel and march in Israel Day on 5th.
And we're back, Israel Day on 5th here on Fox 5. So happy you are with us. Dana Arshan to my right. I'm Robert Moses, Baruch Shemtov on the streets, and a cast of thousands here along 5th Avenue.
And don't forget to check out Israel Day on 5th to watch this streamed live. If you know anyone who needs to access it from a computer, please share that with them. You'll also see a QR code pop up throughout the day, throughout the broadcast on your screen. You can donate and learn more about JCRC through that code, which you see right now.
We're also streaming on JCRC's YouTube channel, Facebook page. You can watch us on the Jewish Broadcasting Service. So you have no excuse to not watch us.
No, you guys better be watching. I mean, we're talking to you right now, so you're watching. But a lot of people watch this afterwards also. A lot of people say, how can I see it? Hi. See, we have people coming up to the booth and waving. No, I actually told you that last night I was driving and listening to last year's broadcast because I'd like to be reminded of what we said, what we can do differently.
It's fun to look back. This is the Torah Academy of Bergen County Modern Orthodox Yeshiva High School for Boys in Teaneck. TABC offers a comprehensive Judaic studies program and a well-rounded secular studies program with a focus on excellence in math, science, history, and English.
The school serves students hailing from New York City, Westchester, and Staten Island, as well as Rockland, Bergen, Passaic, Essex, and Union counties in New Jersey, so they really come from all over. And they take tremendous pride in turning young Jewish boys into responsible Jewish men who become leaders and contribute to the greater community. So this is very special for me. Today, while we celebrate Israel, we also remember a very special man, Ted Comet. Ted had an idea to celebrate and support Israel in a very public way. And that little idea of his has grown into this, what we are all witnessing here today. A massive outpouring of support and solidarity for Israel, the country he loved so very much. It is a huge honor to share with you this video that I created about Ted's extraordinary contributions.
Most people want to live long lives, but no one wants to grow old. Your life has to have a certain meaning.
And boy, did Ted Comet's life have meaning. A pivotal Jewish communal leader, close friend of influential Holocaust survivor Elie Wiesel, devoted family man, and so much more. At 100 years old, he won life in every way and lived each day in a noble pursuit of purpose.
I live with these tapestries every day, and they never, not only I never cease tired, I never cease to be inspired by them.
These stunning tapestries, handwoven by his wife Shoshana, who passed in 2012, portray the trauma she endured during the Holocaust. Ted invited countless students and groups into his home to view them over the past decade. These unique works of art depict how we can all weave hope from pain.
Trauma is part of the human condition. Everybody has trauma. So the biggest challenge in everybody's life is how do they handle trauma? Do you let the trauma master you, or do you master the trauma?
Ted was a visionary who co-founded New York's Salute to Israel Parade in the 1960s. It's now called Israel Day on 5th, a radiant celebration of Jewish pride and solidarity with Israel. It started as a small march, but in 1967, 250,000 people flooded Riverside Drive in a tidal wave of unity that made the parade the world's largest gathering for Israel.
But what really altered the landscape of the parade was the third one, which turned out to be on the Sunday before the outbreak of the Six-Day War. And the community was very frightened at that time. And we changed it from a parade into a demonstration of solidarity.
Ted served as honorary Grand Marshal in later years and proudly gave this interview at the parade in June of 2024, just about 9 months before his passing in March of 2025.
I'm inspired by this whole turnout, and it's a very important expression and affirmation of the Jewish community and the Jewish experience.
Thank you, Ted, for a century of love, resilience, and unyielding devotion to the Jewish people and to Israel.
What a beautiful piece. And I had the chance to interview Ted a couple times at the parade. You had a chance to be inside his home.
I did, and there will never be enough time to delve into what an extraordinary man he was and all his accomplishments. But one thing is certain, his legacy will live on for generations to come through his family, through his work in the Jewish community, and especially through this parade. And something beautiful to add, that Ted was actually buried in Israel, his final resting place. So Ted, we miss you, and we're so grateful for everything you've done. And I'd love to tell you about how I first met him. Obviously, I've been anchoring with you, and I had seen him being interviewed by Baruch, but because I was up in the booth, I never had a chance to speak to him. And UJA Witness Project is an incredible organization that I work for. I work with high school students and survivors, and I brought a group of high school students to his apartment. And the tapestries that you saw in this video hang so proudly in his apartment. And I was so in awe of how not only he spoke about his wife, but how he spoke about these tapestries. And I said, can I come back another day and do a long-form interview with you? And I did, and I fell in love with this man. He was so special. So thank you to all of you for learning about Ted today. And now let's get back to the live parade.
And we want to thank our friends at Thank You Hashem for providing the caps and flags in the grandstands. Their products celebrate Jewish faith and culture, and we are thrilled that they are a part of Israel Day on 5th. State of Israel is represented by a large delegation led by the Consul General of Israel in New York, Ambassador Ophir Akunis, and composed of Israeli ministers, mayors, dignitaries, and other prominent figures.
This year, as in years past, they chose to remember and honor those who are no longer with us, those who gave their lives defending the state of Israel, the victims of heinous acts of terror, and the enduring heroism of the Israeli people in the face of relentless threats.
They're also praying, as we all are, for the safe return of the 58 hostages still held in captivity by Palestinian terrorists in Gaza at a time of rising anti-Semitism, when violence against Jews and Zionists is increasingly treated as acceptable. They're spreading the message that this year's Israel Day parade is more vital than ever.
And Baruch is with the Consul General right now. We'll head on over to them. Baruch?
Yes, indeed. I'm here with Ophir Akunis, the Consul General.
Shalom.
Shalom. It's so good to see you. How do you feel about the incredible turnout this year here on Fifth Avenue?
I will tell you. Do you remember the parade last year?
Of course.
It was under threat with all the pro-terrorist organizations who shout and chant and, tried to make us cancel the parade. So this year we said, nothing will happen. We will march here with all this. We are talking about a lot of people. I think it's a peak of all times to come to support the state of Israel, the soldiers all around. There are now, right now, I suppose that you already report about the Gaza Strip new operation, and we will be there to free the hostages and to secure our borders. And that's what we are doing right now in Israel, and the huge support of the American communities right here, it's very important to us.
Absolutely. And why has the connection between New York and Israel always been so important and so strong?
So simple, because the second largest community, Jewish community outside the state of Israel, is right here. It's not only in Manhattan, we are in Manhattan now, but it's all around the state of New York, actually, and North America, especially in the United States. So it's a very good opportunity to, first of all, to thank you for all these years that you are broadcast this parade in live broadcast, and for your support. It's very important to us. It's the Western world, the United States and Israel, Europe and the United Kingdom versus the Ayatollahs. That's it. Everybody will understand this issue, will understand all the debate, all the conflict now.
And of course, this year's theme is Hatikva, the hope. What does that mean to you this year especially?
It's a huge hope to see all the 58 hostages that are still in the Hamas captivity in Gaza Strip home. And the second thing, of course, is to defeat Hamas, and they will not be there anymore. It's impossible that Hamas will be in the Gaza Strip. So two goals this is the major hope of us, the Israeli people.
So much to be hopeful for. Thank you for all of your work. Consul General Ophir Akunis.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, and it still breaks my heart looking at the hostages and those posters and all the families who are in so much pain.
And remember, last year, clearly we hoped that they would all be home by now, but that is not the case.
I remember he was talking about the B-Bus boys last year and how we were hoping that they would be returned, and they had a terrible, tragic fate. We still have the State of Israel float on your screen right now.
Coming up the avenue just behind the pictures of those hostages.
You can see the yellow hostage ribbon that has become such a prominent.
And again, the commingling of the great celebration of this day, but also the fact that the celebration is tempered by those faces. They're folks who are not with their families, who remain in captivity.
And there are many hostages in captivity who we know are no longer alive, but those families want their bodies back for proper burials.
And occasionally you'll hear the chants, "Bring them home." We heard that very prominently last year, and we hear it more this year.
We have, thank you so much. We could take that.
And this is, you know, these
this
are
is your
the,
son?
Wow. And if we, I don't know if we can come on camera here, but we just had a father hand us this picture of his son, and another picture of another hostage. So just, and there he is. There's a father
I can't imagine.
wanting his son to come home.
I cannot imagine. Thank you.
Thank you.
We are standing with you in solidarity.
All our best to you. Thank you. Thank you. So again, I mean,
So heavy.
we didn't plan that, but that's
no, but how beautiful to be able to share his message. All he wants is to make sure that people do not forget his son and the rest of the hostages. Terrible.
Here's the State of Israel float with DJ Regev Hod.
So I have a lot of family in Israel. My papi was one of 4 siblings to survive. 5 were murdered, and the other 3 who survived all went to Israel. 1 eventually moved to the U.S., but the 2 that stayed in Israel have children and grandchildren, and they're all like brothers and sisters to me. We used to always see each other for bar and bat mitzvahs and weddings, and I miss them. I miss the Rosenbergs so much. I can't wait until we can visit them again.
And let's listen to the DJ.
Now there's the Consul General with him. From the street to the float.
He's multi-dimensional.
Yeah, let's hear his singing. Is he singing? We're about to find out. Oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, hi. Oh, Davinu, hi. Oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, oh, Davinu, hi. I'm so high.
Oh,
I didn't know you could sing too.
Oh my God, I have the worst voice ever.
No, you did well there.
But I have no shame. I just want to say a very special hello to Sam Freed, a really close friend of mine who is an IDF soldier who came back from Gaza last year and just got called back to fight with the IDF, and he's going back in just a few weeks. Sam, I love you, and we can't wait for your safe return. Thank you for keeping us all safe.
And here is Kojeko, the central hub for the Russian-speaking Jewish community in the tri-state area. Kojeko and the Russian-speaking Jewish community of New York and New Jersey have been marching for Israel for more than 20 years.
They convene and connect the community through collaborative leadership, innovative engagement, Jewish education, capacity building, and preservation of heritage. In addition, they have supported Jewish community-wide initiatives and are especially proud of their robust participation in the cluster of Israel Day on 5th every single year. You know, we keep talking about seeing the American-Israeli flags together and that beautiful partnership that has really existed since Israel became a state.
Here is the Mazel Parents Association from Brooklyn, New York, marching for the 8th consecutive year. The MPA seeks to foster a sense of togetherness in the South Brooklyn Jewish community.
Mazel Day School is a vibrant, independent community school filled with joy, rooted in core Jewish values and devoted to academic excellence. Serving the South Brooklyn area Jewish community there, their families are diverse in their beliefs, affiliations, and all different observances. They share a common vision to instill in their children the joys of Judaism and a love for learning.
The Mazel Parent Association. And here is Rusa, the Russian language media group in the U.S. with radio stations in New York, Miami, and Philadelphia. Their team comprised of only leading Russian-speaking hosts and DJs that are household names to hundreds of thousands of Russian-speaking residents of the U.S., as well as to hundreds of local and national advertisers.
And it's loud here. We'll listen to the music for a moment so I don't talk over it. They have a wide variety of 100% original and unique programming created in its New York-based, Miami-based, and Philly-based studios. They cater to all tastes and age groups through popular music, relevant topics, hourly news segments, analytic programs, celebrity interviews, live on-air concerts. Oh my goodness, I can go on and on. They do it all. Amazing. I love seeing the young kids. We have the Jewish Parent Academy now.
300 strong.
Yeah, 2015, 7 Russian-speaking Jewish parents from Brooklyn established the Jewish Parent Academy, which we're going to call JPA for short.
Proudly marching for the 7th year to support Israel, a one-of-a-kind, non-denominational adult Jewish learning program that seeks to empower Generation 1.5 to take ownership of their multi-layered Russian, Jewish, American identity and become active contributors to their communities through leadership, volunteerism, and philanthropy.
JPA has directly kindled the Jewish journeys of hundreds of participants and their families. JPA alumni serve in varying Jewish communal leadership roles, establishing grassroots initiatives, becoming more philanthropic and Jewishly engaged.
And let us now take a listen to the Upper Schuylkill Band from Shenandoah, Pennsylvania.
That was a nice trip that they made here today. I love that guy. Thank you. It has to be hard marching in this sun. looking at the notes at the same time, walking. It's impressive.
Right behind the band is the Rosenbaum Yeshiva of North Jersey. They'll be coming into view. There they are. From River Edge, a yeshiva day school serving kids in nursery through 8th grade, instituted in 1979 in Bergen County, Rosenbaum Yeshiva has established a reputation for excellence in both Jewish and general education.
The Rosenbaum Yeshiva of North Jersey is an Orthodox Jewish school dedicated to continuing the chain of Jewish heritage by nurturing the joy and pursuit of Torah and an environment that promotes Torah scholarship and academic excellence. And their mission is to inspire children intellectually, socially, and morally to view themselves as essential links and vital assets of the legacy from Sinai.
Really big group there from North Jersey.
With lots of energy. You know, I'm really sad to say this. I have never marched in the parade myself.
I feel like you need to do that.
I know. Well, I don't want to be not hired back, though.
True. How do we do both?
I'll have to do both.
We'll have to think of that. We'll have to think
I would
something
love my
up.
children to participate.
All right, we heard from them once before, but hailing from right here in New York City, 613 is a vocal band driven by a mission to use music to connect Jews around the world with their heritage, using only the power of the human voice.
613 has performed at this parade many times over the years, and we are thrilled they have joined our celebration today. Welcome again, 613, performing on Yisrael Chai.
כולם יחזרו הביתה, נחכה להם למטה, הלוואי נדע בשורות טובות. כי עם הנצח לעולם לא מפחד, אפילו כשקשה לראות. כולם ביחד, אף אחד פה לא מודד, שישרפו המלחמות. עם ישראל חי, ישראל בעליות בירידות גם בשעות הכי קשות הקדוש ברוך הוא שומר עלינו מי יכול עלינו כי אין לנו עוד מדינה תעשה שלום בינינו שמור על ילדינו כי לא עבדה מסביב ברזל של חרבות ויונה תפרוס כנפיים התקווה בת שנות 2000 עוד נצא לשיר בערבות כי עם הנצח לעולם לא מפחד אפילו כשקשה לראות כולם ביחד אף אחד פה לא בודד שישרפו ישראל חי, אם לא נשכח תמיד להיות מאוחדים. עם ישראל חי, בעליות בירידות גם בשעות הכי קשות. הקדוש ברוך הוא שומר עלינו, יכול עלינו, כי אין לנו עוד מדינה. אז מי יכול עלינו כי
How great are they?
That was
6:13.
beautiful. That was beautiful.
I love the musical interludes from them and from Soul Farm. Here now, the Hebrew Academy of Five Towns and Rockaway. As we get back to business, a modern Orthodox yeshiva on Long Island, along with a rigorous dual curriculum, HAFTR strives to instill a love of lifelong learning, community, and Israel in their students.
They're preparing the next generation of critical thinkers and leaders by facilitating students' pursuit of academic excellence and personal growth in a warm and caring environment. Some more about them. Their core values are to engage, celebrate, and love. I love those
Captivity, and
values.
Harley wants to include it.
Can't argue with those.
I feel like as the weather gets warmer and sunnier, the vibrancy is picking up all throughout the parade.
It is just such a gorgeous day. Low 70s, no humidity, brilliant sunshine. And I went to the Yankees and Mets game yesterday and I got really sunburned. So I'm grateful that it's a little cooler today.
An opposite for me, Amelia, our amazing makeup artist, told me that I needed more color, so to match you.
No one ever tells me I usually, right.
That someone needs to match your color.
Correct. I think that's a first.
I'll take this time really quickly to say mazel tov to my friends Tara and Josh, who got married last night. I was at their wedding. I'm running on no sleep last night, but a beautiful Jewish ceremony in Old Stone. It was a venue called Monteverde at Old Stone, and it was so wonderful.
Let's head to Baruch, who's with some special guests.
That's right. I am here with Harley Lippman, who once again is the Grand Marshal. And as you can hear, we're all screaming, "Bring them home," which is absolutely apropos because Harley has invited Danny Mirani to join us. And Danny's son has actually been in captivity as one of the hostages, and we are so sorry. Yes, of course, and we're so sorry to hear that. I know that Harley is going to explain a little bit on your behalf, if that's okay.
Yes. His son, Omri, has been held in Gaza since October 7th of 2024. So it's getting close to almost 2 years. And his son has 2 children, 2 young girls, a 2-year-old and a 4-year-old. And so he's here because we want to give him and the other hostage families love and support, make them feel the love and appreciation that everybody has for the suffering that they're experiencing. And we want them to be part of the Israel Day Parade because it really speaks to leaving no one behind. Also, we want to honor the fallen. Over 1,000 Israelis have died defending the state of Israel after they were savagely attacked by Hamas that tried to exterminate the Jewish people in Israel. So we're praying and hoping for Danny's son, Omri, and all the other hostages kept, there are over 50, to be brought back home.
Of course, and we're all thinking of you and praying for your family. And now, you know, this year's theme is Hatikva, and Hatikva means the hope. Why is that so important, especially in light of everything that you just shared?
Because so many are dying in Gaza. They are living under horrible circumstances. They're being tortured. We had at my home last night hostages who were let go and who shared their experiences. We had Keith, who many people know, who described the psychological torture, the physical torture, and the sexual torture that Hamas was putting the women prisoners and also the men, what they're doing to them. They have them chained to a cage with handcuffs in a tunnel where they could barely breathe. And it's just horrible. So it is our tick for the hope. because as every day passes, these people could be dying, if not be dead already. They feel half the hostages are already dead. So we're hopeful, if that's true, that the other half don't die, and we need to get them out now.
Absolutely. Well, it's so important to have you sharing that message. We're all thinking of you and your son and your family and all of the other hostages. And thank you, Harley, for bringing visibility to, of course, what we're all thinking about and all praying for right here as we continue to celebrate Israel while also saying bring them home. Thank you so much, Harley, and thank you, Dan.
Thank you.
Thank you.
And I'll send it back to both of you.
Baruch, what a powerful moment, and thank you for that. And we now are looking at the American Friends of Magen David Adom ambulances. A little windy up here, so bear with us. But the American Friends of Magen David Adom, representing Israel's official national emergency services system every day. Magen David Adom responds to crises big and small, treating more than 1 million patients each year, supplying life-saving blood to hospitals and the IDF, and delivering emergency aid around the world. Leading today's delegation is Ambassador Gilad Erdan, global president of Magen David Adom and former Israeli ambassador to the UN. From the darkest emergencies to the brightest miracles, terror attacks, heart attacks, giving birth, giving blood, the heroes of Magen David Adom are always there. You also saw the SAM school. The SAM school is a Jewish preschool and elementary school on the Upper East Side of Manhattan. Inspired by Sephardic culture and heritage, SAM provides an exceptionally warm learning environment and implements cutting-edge learning methodologies. Students are empowered to develop the knowledge, skills, and dispositions to lead successful and engaged Jewish lives in contemporary society. And let's take a listen, if we can, to the Bushwhackers Drum and Bugle Corps.
The Bushwhackers are an all-age drum corps competing all summer long with Drum Corps International, and they're from Princeton, New Jersey.
I spent most of my formative years in Princeton, New Jersey, although I was not in the Bushwhackers Drum and Bugle Corps.
Is that where you grew up, in Princeton? I don't know if I knew that.
Yes. We have plenty more to get to. More than an hour of coverage remains here on Fox 5. Israel Day on 5th. We'll come back right after this.
Israel Day on 5th, a project of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, with support from the UJA Federation of New York, and the State of Israel.
So I'm right here in central Israel, where because of UJA's support, hundreds of thousands of Israelis directly affected by the horrific events of October 7th continue to receive so many vital services, from urgent needs to longer-term assistance. And thanks to you, we are helping Israelis, especially those waiting for loved ones to return home, find the support to continue their lives. There's so much more to do still, and more than ever, we need your help to do it. So please join us.
And welcome back to Israel Day on 5th. So glad you're with us here on Fox 5. Bushwhackers Drum and Bugle Corps plays us back in. An hour and 20 minutes or so of coverage left here on the air. And if you have to be out and about, we hope you'll stream us. There's all sorts of ways you can watch us. You can see us at IsraelDayOn5th.com. This is the Manhattan Jewish Experience joining the parade. Founded by Rabbi Mark Wilds in 1998, MJE is a warm and open community where young men and women in their 20s and 30s can explore Jewish life and meet new people.
And MJE runs a wide range of inclusive, engaging, and innovative programs, including Shabbat services and dinners, parties, ski retreats, classes, trips to Israel, and marching, of course, in Israel Day on 5th. The organization was founded in honor of Rabbi Wild's mother, Ruth Wild, whose hospitality and kindness inspire Jews to the beauty and excitement of Shabbat and Jewish life. Today, the organization draws in over 20,000 attendees and 4,500 approximately unique participants each year to 3 sites in Manhattan. Amazing.
And here are the Skaters and Bladers in memory of J.J. Greenberg, formed in 2003, again in memory of JJ, a beloved leader and member of the community. JJ never missed Israel Day on 5th. He was always here on his roller skates, rousing everyone's enthusiasm. He cared about Israel, the Jewish community, and even strangers.
Each year they form a group of skaters and bladers and boarders and scooters and others on wheels on their own 2 feet as well to participate in Israel Day and to remember J.J. Greenberg and his penchant for fun, devotion to Israel, and love of family, friends, and all of humanity.
Some on 2 wheels, that guy's on 1 wheel. Far braver than I. How is he going to manage this?
I actually rode a unicycle on my 5th grade circus in elementary school.
And you didn't fall?
I was a big tomboy athlete and would spend all my time just doing weird things.
You have my respect. El Al making a proud return this year with its dedicated crew. El Al Israel Airlines continues to soar, connecting Israel to the world, offering the most nonstop flights from New York, LA, Miami, Fort Lauderdale, and Boston. El Al, it's not just an airline, it is Israel.
It really is representative of Israel, and it was born in 1948 along with the state of Israel. So they come hand in hand, not only as an airborne bridge between the fledgling state and the world, but as an expression of national existence and pride, as the Israeli flag adorning the aircraft's tail proudly appeared in destinations around the world.
Baruch, back to you, my friend.
Well, we are here with Eric Goldstein, our longtime friend, the CEO of the UJA Federation of New York. Thank you for being here year after year.
Well, thank you for being here year after year. Look, coming down Fifth Avenue is not something we can ever take for granted. And coming out at a time like this with all the challenges as Israel, with the 58 hostages still there, seeing the crowds walking down Fifth Avenue every year inspires me, but this year particularly so.
Absolutely, and of course, you're representing a tremendously important organization. How does UJA continue to support and make this parade possible?
Look, we have been the largest funder of the Jewish Community Relations Council, which has organized this parade for decades, and we funded on top. But that said, you know, we have a lot of partners here now, and we need to thank the mayor, NYPD. It's not easy in this moment for people to comfortably come out like this, support of Israel. Critically important because this is the largest Jewish community in the world outside of Israel, and we need to stay proud and strong and public Jews. And days like this, beautiful weather like this, enables us to do this. And that's why JCRC's work is so critical and why we're so grateful to be able to support them.
Absolutely, and you mentioned the times that we're in right now. Since October 7th in particular, what has UJA done to support Israel?
Look, we're one of the largest philanthropic funders in Israel since October 7th. We've given over $180 million in emergency funding on top of the $40-50 million we give every year. So this has become an enormous priority of ours. Look, Israel, it's going to take a lot of time to rebuild. And we are an American Jewish community so much stronger when Israel is strong, and Israel is stronger when we, the American community, feel connected. So it is incredibly important for us to do what we can to help support Israel. And we in America live more comfortably as Jews because Israel is Israel, and you have so many brave men and women who are really on the front lines in this moment doing their things. And on a personal note, I had a grandson born in Israel this morning.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But it makes this very, very personal.
Wow, that is
Not
unbelievable.
just some country. This is our country, and we need to do all we can to support it.
Well, congratulations on your new grandson. Thank you for all that you do with UJA. Thank you, Eric Goldstein. I'll send it back to you.
Baruch, we thank you. And there is Magen David Yeshiva, a huge group, 800 or so strong, founded in Brooklyn in 1946, the largest Syrian Sephardic yeshiva day school in North America.
And it's an early childhood through grade 12 Jewish day school rooted in the Sephardic tradition and dedicated to academic excellence, creativity, and intellectual curiosity. As the cornerstone of the Sephardic community of New York for generations, they are proud to continue to provide an exceptional education while strengthening their community and preserving their traditions. They've also been participating in the march every year since the early 90s. Again, we keep talking about this partnership, American people and Israelis, and seeing the two flags coming together.
I also can't help but thinking how Ted Comet is looking down on this and looking at his handiwork. He never surely could have envisioned something this big.
I still can't believe he's not here. He was 100 years old, but I thought he would live forever. Oh, I need to acknowledge his birthday, I believe, is coming up this week. He would have been 101. So happy heavenly birthday, Ted, our parade's co-founder.
I love tambourines.
Are you a skilled tambourine player?
I'm a player, I'm not skilled.
So many groups. The enormity of this group is incredible.
Yeah, 800 or so
Look
of
at
them.
that. That looks like it's spanning 4 blocks or so, 800. The fact that so many people not just support Israel, but support it enough to show up and spend their day being here and doing this says so much.
And on your screen, you will see the QR code right on cue.
Scan that QR code throughout the day. You can donate it or just learn more about JCRC New York and the important work that it's doing. Of course, JCRC sponsors this parade. Make sure that it runs smoothly every single year.
There would be no parade without JCRC. So grateful for the work they do, and they'll start planning next year's parade tomorrow. This is a 365-day-a-year planning effort to get all of this done. All right, coming up right behind that enormous group is the Shaarei Tzedek Medical Center, proud to serve as a distinguished beacon of hope, healing, and innovative, compassionate medicine in the heart of Jerusalem. Since October 7th, Shaarei Tzedek has played a valiant role in treating the brave soldiers and those injured in terrorist attack while concurrently serving the everyday medical needs of the people of Jerusalem.
And by all accounts, 2024 served as a record year in almost all clinical realms, as Shaarei Tzedek treated more than 1 million patients over the course of the year, and their ER crossed the 100,000 patient mark for the first time in the hospital's history. It is so proud of their favorite statistic, which is the delivery of more than 21,000 babies each year, more than any other hospital in the Western world. They're also proud to welcome Shaarei Tzedek President, Professor Jonathan Halvey, and all the families of Beit Rabban Day School.
And right behind the Sharei Tzedek float is the Shulamit School for Girls from Cedarhurst on Long Island. They have never missed this event. The first Orthodox Jewish elementary school for girls in North America.
The school was founded in 1930 and has been educating girls for 95 years. Wow. In 2023, the school officially moved to its new permanent home on Cedarhurst Avenue. And the paramount goal of the school is education to provide students with the knowledge, skills, and confidence to make independent choices as Jews sensitive to all people.
It's another big group, about 500 or so from Cedarhurst.
Let's also again thank City Hall, the NYPD, and all the other agencies who work together to not only support Israel Day on 5th, but to make sure that the thousands of participants and spectators are safe today.
The security for this year's event is understandably tighter than ever. I've never seen security as tight as this for this parade as I was walking over. It is. It is. But there are hundreds and hundreds of officers here working to secure this event and make sure we can all have a good time.
Amazing group of girls next to us right now, jumping up and down in the booth.
When they realize they're on TV, they jump a little higher.
And they sure do. It's really special for their friends and family watching at home to see them. They will never forget that. For the rest of their lives, they'll say, we were on air for the Israel Day on 5th.
And coming up right behind them is the Better Chinatown Society USA, a community organization that mainly promotes the Chinese American traditional culture and heritage to the American mainstream and to second and third generation Chinese Americans for a better community and
How
understanding.
incredible that they came out here for this. I did a fun story on how the Chinese and Jewish cultures were similar, and the tradition of Jewish people often eating Chinese food on Christmas because neither of us observe Christmas. And yes, Chinese food's not kosher, but there's not really dairy mixed with meat, which is kind of, it was really, I did a very fun piece with a rabbi who talked about it. And there, sometimes the communities are very tight-knit, and it was a really fun, beautiful story. Yeah.
There you see that. Great,
Look at that.
great
It's
costumes.
beautiful.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, this really also ties in the hope that we were talking about of what Hatikva is, tying in the communities all coming together, hoping for a better future where we all support one another.
We all look different. We all eat different things. We all maybe pray to different gods, but so much of us is the same.
We all bleed red. I don't remember seeing this in years past, do you?
I don't. And I feel like I would remember seeing
Right?
that.
Look at these beautiful outfits. Fun fact, I studied Mandarin for a semester while I was at Fox 5.
Wow. I have heard that is one of the hardest languages to learn.
So you know what? I did too. It's not as hard because it's straight up memorization of words, but what's hard is the sounds. So my, M-A-I, means to buy and to sell. So it's the way that you say it. It has a completely different meaning, but in the same type of context.
Oh.
Yeah, so it's difficult. But there's no past, present, future. So if you want to say, like, I ride my bike today, I ride my bike tomorrow, I ride my bike yesterday, it's just words.
Whoa.
So that's a little easier. But we digress.
As we often do.
Yes. Robert and I can talk about anything and everything for as long as you want us to talk
Don't
about
challenge
it.
us. We also want to thank our friends at Thank You Hashem for providing the caps and flags you see in the grandstands today. Their products celebrate Jewish faith and culture, and we are thrilled that they are part of Israel Day on 5th.
I love these beautiful outfits. There's so many different types of dance they're performing today.
Just marveling at the precision of their movement here.
And the colors.
Happy you're with us as we have another hour plus of coverage here on Fox 5. We're going to take another commercial break, but we will be back in less than a minute. Stay with us.
Israel Day on 5th, a project of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, with support from the UJA Federation of New York and the State of Israel.
It's been 19 long months since October 7th, and UJA has been there every step of the way, assessing the needs and coming up with innovative solutions for every Israeli during this difficult time. Please, donate now.
Kahila Kadosha Yanina, the only Greek-Jewish Romaniot synagogue in the Western Hemisphere, is proud to support the State of Israel and march in Israel Day on 5th.
And welcome back to Israel Day on 5th. Look, they are still here, out here marching, more and more groups coming by, so vibrant and excited to be here and support Israel. For those of you who aren't able to watch us on TV, please spread the word that you can stream us live at IsraelDayOn5th.com. Also, throughout the day, you'll see a QR code on your screen, which you can scan. You can donate and support the work that JCRC is doing by scanning that code as it appears, as you see it right now.
And we're also streaming on JCRC's YouTube channel and Facebook page, and on cable and streaming services of the Jewish Broadcasting Service. So you have any number of ways to watch us for the next hour or so, no matter where your travels take you. The Yavna Academy is right behind these dancers, founded in 1942, a modern Orthodox Jewish day school from Paramus, New Jersey. They've been educating students from pre-K through 8th grade for 80 years.
The school's motto is stimulating the mind, nourishing the soul. They are committed to the academic, spiritual, and emotional development of each child. By providing a nurturing environment, they aim to help children develop self-confidence, good moral character, and superior midot. Hi, girls. They're so excited. Hi, everyone. You see that poster, 590 days, representative of the amount of time that hostages have been held in Gaza. Lots of chants of bring them home. You see Hatikva with a Batman sign that represents the Bibas boys who were murdered in captivity. They loved Batman. It was a beautiful photo that circulated. We will never forget them. We will never forget all of those we lost.
And also those posters, welcome home Edon Alexander.
An American hostage who's now free. So we have the Mitzvah Clowns now, the Arevut Mitzvah Clowns. It's a community building organization with an emphasis on the unity. The word Arevut means mutual responsibility, and for over 20 years, the organization, based in Bergenfield, New Jersey, has worked to actively strengthen the culture of Chesed, Tzedakah, and Tikkun Olam in a contemporary Jewish life. And for anyone unfamiliar, Tikkun Olam means repairing the world.
And Arevut partners with organizations and communities to deliver tailored programs and provide Chesed capacity building services, and has a wide range of educational materials and publications available to the public on its website, arevut.org. One of Arevut's signature programs is Mitzvah Clowning, where they actively bring joy to senior citizens, children with special needs, and other vulnerable populations.
So I love the circus, and I have a circus corner in my house.
And do you still do the trapeze?
I do. Will you come fly with me one day?
Sure. We got a lot on the,
I know.
we have a lot on the calendar. Are you taking notes here?
I'm sending you dates tonight.
Okay. What a gorgeous sea of flags.
You stole the words right out of my mouth. But it's what we keep seeing all day. The coming together of our two countries.
I mean, you probably are looking at 5 or 6 city blocks there.
We keep talking about the two flags coming together, but what we haven't mentioned today is that New York has the largest Jewish community outside of Israel. So to have the parade here in a city that has such a large community is extra meaningful, and especially when we see other cultures coming out for us.
And I think plenty of people come to New York just for this parade every year, just to see this parade.
And to participate in it. So we have a group called SAR-L, about 150 of them from Israel. We're just saying that people come from all over. Since its inception in 1982, SAR-L has provided international volunteers to assist the IDF in its logistics effort, providing one of the most authentic experiences in Israel.
While bringing international volunteers of all faiths to Israel, SAR-L seeks to show that understanding and compassion can go hand in hand, creating hope for the future.
Sometimes it's beautiful just to not say a word and to take it all in. Wow. It looks never ending. Beautiful.
That's the thing. Sometimes the parade can just speak for itself. We don't have to say anything.
And we have Gesher. Gesher is leading the effort to build a strong, cohesive, unified future in Israel using dialogue, interaction, and leadership. It was founded on the principles of responsibility, respect, and Jewish unity.
2 million people across Israel directly impacted by Gesher's leaders, 150,000 active Gesher supporters around the world, 441 Gesher Leadership Institute fellows.
And now B'nai Akiva of the United States and Canada, they're next to the booth right now cheering and jumping up and down. 300 of them. They have chapters in over 40 cities across the US and Canada. They empower Jewish youth through immersive programs, gap years in Israel. They're vibrant, snifim dedicated to shlichim, transformative shabbatonim, and 12 summer camps. For anyone unfamiliar with those words, basically big gatherings for Jews.
I'm so glad you said that and not me.
Shabbatonim is like big Shabbat gatherings where everyone comes together.
Got it.
Yeah, I'd like to hear you say all that
what
now.
she said. I second that emotion. How's that?
Love it.
Hey, I know my limitations.
You know what? You never cease to amaze me. There's nothing you can do.
You're very nice.
I will
Thank you.
call you later and quiz you on these terms.
I will fail.
Whenever I try to talk to my non-Jewish friends, like about you got to get that sound in there. It's hard to do.
It is hard.
Oh, by the way, fun fact, my Hebrew name is Yosefa Hadassah.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yep. In the Jewish religion, you're named after those who have passed away, your Hebrew name. So Yosefa is after a uncle Yosef, and Hadassah after an uncle Harris.
And do you get that at birth?
You get it, so the bris that boys have a week after being born, 8 days. And then females get it later in the year, within the year.
This is a very special float here coming up the avenue. This is the hostage family's float. And you can see Baruch up there getting ready to speak to them.
So powerful.
Elon, just Elon.
I spoke to one hostage family who said there's no silver lining, but the fact that they all have each other to comfort. And we're going to throw to Baruch right now. Baruch, let's hear you right now with this somber interview.
Yes, so we are here with Ilan Dalal, who of course is the father of Guy Gilboa Dalal, one of the hostages who is still in captivity. We're all thinking of you, we're all praying for you and your family, and we're so grateful that you joined us here today.
Thank you very much.
So of course, your son has been held in captivity for nearly 600 days now. What would you like to say on his behalf?
Well, I'd like to say that the time has come to release all the hostages. They are too long in there, they are in very bad condition, and I think the time is now exactly when we need to end the war and go through a process that will eventually will make an order, a new order in Gaza, and we see that President Trump has started to make a new order in the Middle East. I think we should be on this wagon, and right now is exactly the time to do it.
And of course, you and your entire family have shown incredible strength and resilience throughout these horrible, horrible days. For everybody watching at home, what can they do right now to help these hostages?
Well, first, they need to support Israel. They need to come and show the support. Right now, all we're trying to do is make the politicians, our politicians, to understand that this is the time to bring them home.
Absolutely, and you know, this year's theme is Hatikva, the hope. And on your son's 24th birthday, which was just last week, you really mentioned the importance of hope right now. What does hope mean to you during this time?
Well, hope means to us that we will see our son, I will see my son again, that all the hostages will come back, reunite with the families, and this is our hope, nothing else.
Well, Ilan, we're all thinking of you. Thank you again for sharing this incredible message. We're all thinking of you and of Guy, and we're praying for his speedy return and for the return of all of the hostages. Really, the message that we're hearing throughout the day here today on Fifth Avenue, bring them home.
I just want to say thank you to President Trump, to all the American people that support Israel. President Trump is really putting all his weight in order to make this happen, to make this deal. And we just want to take him and ask him to continue and not stop until all hostages are released.
We are all here for you, everyone in America, everyone here in New York, everyone on Fifth Avenue. We're here with your family, and we're here with all of the hostage families. Thank you again. We're thinking of you. Sending it back to you guys.
Baruch, we thank you, and we thank Ilan Dalal, the father of Guy Gilboa Dalal, again held in Gaza for nearly 600 days.
Looking at every face. You know, you hear large numbers, but you forget that there is an individual story behind every single person.
And 590 days is, when you think of, 590 minutes would be bad enough, but 590 days waiting and not knowing, just excruciating. And let's just let these flags speak for themselves for a moment.
I always remember where I was on October 7th. I was in Florida visiting my poppy. And to think of all that time, it's unimaginable. It's a windy day, but it's so beautiful to see the flags like that.
And of course, interspersed among the flags, you see the flags with the number 58. I've heard that number repeated throughout the day. The number of hostages still remaining.
And of course, yellow and the yellow ribbon have become a symbol of the hostage.
Last year, of course, we had hoped that number would be 0, but it isn't.
So this is a huge group, 800 of them, Hostages and Missing Families Forum, and it was formed less than 24 hours after the horrific Hamas attacks on October 7th, where Israeli villages and towns were terrorized. The Hostages and Missing Families Forum is a civil, volunteer-based organization with no political affiliation. It's focused only on bringing loved ones back home by any means necessary through all available channels.
This is a huge group, a group that we wish was not nearly so big. The forum includes thousands of volunteers from the families themselves, the senior figures in the security, judicial, communication, advertising, creative, diplomatic sectors. Their only mission is to bring them back home now by providing financial, medical, legal, and psychological aid, managing media relations in Israel and worldwide, coordinating diplomatic outreach efforts, establishing local and global events, creating content in all languages and mediums, and advocating for the hostages and for their families.
And important to note that the first float here was actually sponsored by IDB Bank, which has teamed up with UMTB USA to proudly walk alongside the Hostages and Missing Families Forum.
The forum is a civilian-led organization dedicated to securing the safe return of all individuals held hostage by Hamas. Today, as they continue their critical mission, they are joined by the people who have found their way home through their efforts.
And anyone unfamiliar, IDB Bank is the largest Israeli-owned bank in the U.S. with over 75 years of service across commercial banking and private banking, wealth management, and has supported the Israel Day on 5th for many, many years now.
This year, they're partnering with UMTB USA, the U.S. arm of Mizrahi Tefahot Bank, which has been serving the business community for more than 4 decades. On this important day, they walk in solidarity to support the Hostages and Missing Families Forum's mission, bringing awareness to the ongoing life-saving efforts to reunite families.
And they remain committed, as you see, to pursuing every possible avenue. They are relentless and without pause until every hostage is brought home.
We talk so much about how big these groups are. This is the one group we wish was not big.
We have people next to our booth right now. Oh, they're asking us to be in a selfie with them. Okay, let's do it. So the next float coming up with the same group with DJ Friedman is Mizrahi Tefahot. It's Israel's 3rd largest bank based on values of assets and offers a complete range of international, commercial, domestic, and personal banking services.
It operates 200 branches nationwide, which provide banking and financial services, as well as mortgage loans in various tracks to private and institutional entities. DJ Friedman is a passionate DJ who's been immersed in music since birth, hailing from Israel. DJ Friedman has an eclectic taste in music ranging from rock to hip-hop, electronic, and diverse sounds from around the world. Let's take a listen.
This is my favorite song. It's called Salam. Do you remember we had a private concert from the Maccabees a year or two ago with this?
Yeah, let's listen. Here's Barkai Yeshiva, located in Brooklyn. They've marched for more than 20 years since the school was founded, educating students from early childhood through elementary school and high school.
Barkai Yeshiva's goal is to provide a warm, child-centered environment in which students can develop into lifelong learners and pursuers of knowledge who will become the leaders of their next generation. And their commitment to imparting Sephardic heritage, traditions, and culture is essential to the preservation and continuity of their community for generations to come. Oh, that's so nice. Someone just handed Robert that Israeli flag. My flag's not as big. So nice. We are getting so many people coming up to us with beautiful messages, asking to shake our hands, giving us flags, waving. So sweet. I wish we could talk to them all.
I know. So many people have said hello, and it's just nice to get to interact with everyone.
So nice. I'm getting messages from Ted Comet's family, including his great-grandson, Yosef, who said he saw the video and he thought it was incredible. So amazing that we can help keep Ted's legacy alive.
Really was a beautiful piece you did on him.
So that photo we just saw from 1948, really linking together the generations and the hope of being free. And again, our theme today, Hatikva, the hope. And so many different images we're seeing today really tie together and bring that theme home. And we're about to see a float from the American Zionist Movement, or AZM as we'll call them, with the TLV band, Tel Aviv band. And dating back over 125 years, the AZM continues its decades-long participation in this event. The World Zionist Organization and the American Zionist Movement are here today promoting Zionism together and commemorating the fulfillment of Theodore Herzl's dream of Zionism 77 years ago, when the state of Israel was born.
You can see there the float theme is Zionism together, united in hope, a powerful message of unity, resilience, and unwavering commitment to Israel, the Jewish people, and the return of all the remaining hostages. Together, AZM and WZO stand strong in their love for Israel as the democratic national homeland of the Jewish people, and in their support for the enduring U.S.-Israel relationship. Joining them on the float is TLV, the premier Israeli music cover band in North America. Shall we take a listen to TLV?
So fun. So much different variety of music, right?
"40 minutes or so left in our coverage here on Fox 5. Glad you're with us. Oh, we got plenty of time.
It's always so special to be here.
Such a great way to kick off the feel like it's just the beginning of the summer.
I know, start to summer.
Yep.
Start to a new sense of hope.
Yeah.
Again, for those just joining in, Robert and I, Dana Arsham, we've been working together for several years now here, and we work together as reporters at Fox 5, and I love being reunited with you and with Baruch Shemtov.
It is great. It's a family reunion as we look at the Yeshivat of Lower Marion County here, again, suburb of Philadelphia. These schools educate more than 1,000 amazing students in the greater Philadelphia area and are proud to have traveled the 2 hours or so to get here to New York City.
A few groups from Pennsylvania here today. All right, UJA, which is an organization I do a lot of work for. I mentioned UJA Witness Project, where I took my group to Ted Comet's home. Every year, UJA and many community nonprofits join JCRC and tens of thousands of New Yorkers to celebrate the realization of the dream of a vibrant Jewish and democratic state of Israel. They've been standing with Israel since its earliest days in crisis, and every day their funding supports critical services for individuals and families post-October 7th, Holocaust survivors, impoverished children, and people on the margins.
They're also funding and operating programs that promote inclusion and understanding between Israelis of all ethnic and religious backgrounds. UJA and the New York community has been and always will be standing side by side with the people of Israel.
And one of the major groups marching with UJA this year is the Upper West Side Coalition. They're a group of organizations from the Upper West Side of Manhattan here, and they've marched together since 2017, organized by the Upper West Side Israel Shlichut Program, a joint project of the Jewish Agency for Israel and UJA New York Federation. The Upper West Side of Manhattan is bringing the Tikva and celebrates Israel.
And on the float is DJ Omri Angel, who will be coming into view shortly.
They are such a major supporter of Israel on 5th, and they have such a huge group here. And what's amazing about UJA is they really support and sponsor and fund so many different programs all across this region that give back to Jewish communities, to Holocaust survivors, and we're so grateful for everything they do and for their support in helping make Israel Day on 5th such a big success.
2,700 or so part of the UJA Federation of New York. Just an enormous group here today.
We have a huge list. I'll name just a few. Everything from the NYU Hillel to Brooklyn Heights Synagogue, Park Slope Jewish Center, Kings Bay Y, Hunter College Hillel, and so many more. And the tapestries that were hanging in Ted Comet's apartment. At the time that I interviewed him, he was publicly saying that he planned to actually donate them to UJA, to a space here in Manhattan. So I encourage anyone who has the opportunity to do some research and find a way to go see those tapestries.
Yeah, how lucky is it you got to see them in his home?
You know, when I first went to his apartment, he had replicas hanging because he had donated them temporarily to an exhibit. So I went back so that I could see them.
You could see the real things.
Yeah. We'll listen for a moment now.
New York City, 187 towns, people are smart, stop with the violence, stop with the hate, never be free, I'm born to be, all at the same time, sing a song to freedom.
Do you see him on screen right? I'm blanking on his name right now. He's amazing. I follow him on Instagram. He's not Jewish. He's an amazing ally who is always standing up for the Jewish people and for Israel. And I love what he does. He creates incredible, really interesting content, and he's funny about it. He educates in a way that's humorous. Isn't that the amazing thing about Instagram, that you know everyone and you know what they do, but there's so many faces and names to memorize?
That's the thing. They all All right, Baruch is down on Fifth Avenue with Mark Traeger. Hey, Baruch.
Yes, we're with Mark Traeger, the CEO of JCRC New York. Thank you for making this year's event possible, and every year.
We appreciate you always being with us to celebrate Israel, to celebrate our pride in the Jewish community, and to celebrate also being in the greatest city in the world, New York City.
Absolutely, and I'm always so thrilled and honored to be here with you and with the whole team. Who are you marching for this year, Mark?
I am marching for the release of the remaining hostages, because we're not whole until we're all home. I'm marching for my love and connection to Israel. I'm marching for the love I have for the Jewish community. I am marching for the memories of my grandparents, both Holocaust survivors and World War II veterans. This is the 80th anniversary of the end of World War II. They're heavy in my heart. I'm marching that we live in the greatest city in the world, New York, and also for our young people, for any college students that were targeted because they wear a yarmulke to class or a Magen David around their neck. I'm marching for you because in our country, New York, and around the world, every Jewish person, every person should be free to practice their faith and be who they are. That's what I'm marching for today.
Absolutely incredible, Mark. I'm getting chills hearing you list all of those incredible reasons, because this parade means so much to people in New York, people in this country, people around the world. Why is this parade so important for the Jewish community?
New York is home to the largest Jewish community outside of Israel. New York has welcomed people from around the world seeking a better life for their children and grandchildren. This is bigger than just one event. This sends a message that New York, we welcome all, we celebrate all. And I want to give a big shout out and thanks to the best police department in the world. The NYPD has done an incredible job keeping us safe and supporting us to making this possible today. So kudos to NYPD too.
Absolutely, we couldn't be here without feeling secure, and I really do think that we feel secure because of what the NYPD is doing for us. And you know, this wouldn't be happening without the JCRC. So what does it take to put this on every year?
The incredible team at JCRC New York works day and night with all of our great community partners, hundreds of schools, organizations. Also shout out to UJ Federation of New York being our biggest sponsor and partner for this event as well. So kudos to our JCRC New York team. Also kudos to the Community Security Initiative that works with NYPD in terms of our safety as well.
Now, what is your favorite part of the parade every year?
My favorite part of the parade is seeing our young people march. Children, this is about them. This is about making sure that we leave for them a future that is safe, that we not just tolerate people, we have to celebrate people. This is the Celebrate Israel on Fifth Avenue parade. This is about celebration of being a part of a wonderful Jewish community that I'm so proud to be a part of. I'm a proud Jewish New Yorker. I carry that in my heart every day.
Well, Mark, we are so thrilled and proud to be here with you, to be with JCRC. Thank you for making this possible every year.
Appreciate you. Thank you so much.
Such a powerful message from Mark Traeger, the CEO of JCRC New York. Guys, I'll send it back to you.
Baruch, thank you. And as the parade continues to process up the avenue, let us hear once again from our house band, Soul Farm. And this is my personal favorite, Walk With Me, which was written expressly for this parade. Here is Soul Farm.
Let me fall into your arms at the end of the day and get lost on your ancient pathway. A moment of quiet when I'm on my knees, or in a burning sun, let me find some peace. Oh, I know what this is worth and how much it means to you. Yeah, I know how hard it is to make a dream come true. Walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Prayers echo in the dark, and the moon hangs low. We plant trees in the sand where nothing would grow. And now I feel connected, no matter where I go. Yeah, you're in my heart, you are my home. Oh, and now I understand the work we'll have to do to keep this garden growing, to make a dream come true. Walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Whoa, 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 whoa. Walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Whoa, whoa, walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Walk with me, you'll never walk alone. Walk with me, you'll never walk with me, you'll never walk alone. With me, you'll never walk alone.
Our great house band, Old Farm.
They are so talented. I actually didn't know that Walk Alone was made for this parade. Did you know that?
Yes.
I always hear it. I didn't realize. So right now, we have Westchester Jewish Council, 500 strong out here today. The Westchester Jewish Council works closely with 130 plus member organizations, which in turn serve the Jewish community of Westchester, which is the 8th largest Jewish community in the U.S. with nearly 150,000 Jews.
Since its inception in 1975, the Westchester Jewish Council has become the central communicating, coordinating, convening, advisory, and resource organization in Jewish Westchester.
They're joined by the Leffel School, which is a private K-12 co-ed Jewish day school and Westchester County's largest Jewish day school, also Westchester Day School and Westchester Torah Academy.
All right, we are in our last half hour of coverage here of Israel Day on 5th. We'll take a break. We'll come right back after this.
Israel Day on 5th, a project of the Jewish Community Relations Council of New York, with support from the UJA Federation of New York and the State of Israel.
So I'm right here in central Israel, where because of UJA's support, hundreds of thousands of Israelis directly affected by the horrific events of October 7th continue to receive so many vital services, from urgent needs to longer-term assistance. And thanks to you, we are helping Israelis, especially those waiting for loved ones to return home, find the support to continue their lives. There's so much more to do still, and more than ever, we need your help to do it. So please join us.
Welcome back. A little after 2:30 here in New York City. Less than half an hour to go in our coverage here on Fox 5. Also, Israel Day on 5th.com. So happy you've been able to join us today, and we still have some fun left to go.
I know, it's been such a beautiful day. The idea of being on air for 3 hours, while it sounds amazing, always feels long, and it goes so quickly, and I never want it to end. Again, you'll also see a QR code on your screen throughout the broadcast. Scan that at any time to donate or learn more about JCRC, the sponsor of this parade. And you could see hope on the shirts that we're looking at right now. Again, the theme of today is Hatikva, hope. Hope for peace, hope for bringing together communities to standing in solidarity for a safer Israel, safer America.
The Westchester Torah Academy, part of that big group from Westchester County that we were talking about before the commercial.
Incredible how many different groups came out under that umbrella. So much music and dance. We've been talking about the Israeli and American flags coming together, partners since the State of Israel was founded. Still have a lot of groups left.
There's that QR code that Dana mentioned earlier. If you want to donate to JCRC, find out more about that great organization that makes this parade possible, please scan that QR code and donate what you can.
And what a beautiful day to be out here. We're saying usually the parade is the first weekend of June, so it's in March, a little earlier, a little cooler. The wind is out here, which actually makes the flags look so beautiful as they blow in the wind.
Yeah, we've gotten a couple of gusts today, but really just a stunning day. And now the American Jewish Committee float, AJC, founded in 1906, the global advocacy organization for the Jewish people. Today and every day, AJC stands shoulder to shoulder with Israel in solidarity and pride.
Through their unparalleled global network of offices, institutes, and international partnerships, AJC engages with leaders at the highest level of government and civil society to confront anti-Semitism, open new doors for Israel, and uphold the democratic values that unite us. And from world capitals to college campuses, AJC works with leaders across societies to support Israel and combat surging anti-Semitism. And they leverage strategic communications to educate, counter misinformation, and shape public opinion. AJC does a lot of great work. They had a huge conference in New York City recently.
And the Shefa School is marching and riding with the AJC float. Shefa, one-of-a-kind pluralistic community school in Manhattan, unique in that it provides students together from a very diverse range of Jewish communities as it has since 2014.
We have about 100 people out here today with them, and this school is dedicated to serving students who benefit from a specialized education, especially serving students with language-based learning disabilities. And Shefa is Hebrew for abundance, reflecting the belief that each child possesses abundant strengths.
And the Woodland String Band is a Philadelphia Mummers string band founded in 1926, marching in its 100th consecutive New Year's Day parade this coming January 1st. How about that?
That's the second longest consecutive marching break in the entire string band division, led today by Captain George Balzer IV, Music Director A.J. Ford III, and Drill Master Steve Bunjowski Sr. The band's 2025 theme was a pirate theme entitled Dead Men Do Tell Tales.
Let us listen to the Woodland String Band. This is the Kinneret Day School from Riverdale up in the Bronx, marching for the 51st year. Kinneret believes in an excellent secular and Jewish education. in a supportive environment that enables students to see themselves as creators in the world and as active participants in Tikkun Olam.
And again, Tikkun Olam, our expression for repairing the world. Their teachers aim to nurture students' individuality, allowing them to find their strengths and develop at their own paces while growing in their love of Israel, expanding their knowledge of the secular world and all it has to offer, and also learning about themselves and their own promise to the future. I love learning about all the different organizations and schools and what their missions are. Yeah, and clearly they love our band, 613. Look at them taking selfies together.
613 found themselves some new groupies.
I know. I'm a groupie. They're really so talented. I saw them practicing, rehearsing on the side street before the parade started today.
It's funny to watch. It's funny to watch the parade wranglers like, "Come on, kids, let's keep going," and they're like, "No, we want to take these selfies." All right, Jewish Federation in the heart of New Jersey brings together the Jewish community across Monmouth and greater Middlesex counties to address the issues facing Jews individually and as people locally in Israel and around the globe.
They and their partners aid those living with hunger, mental illness, addiction, and financial or personal crises. They combat anti-Semitism and enhance security to make gathering places safer. Like today, we could not be safer thanks to all of the NYPD members and first responders and everyone out here making sure that this goes off without a hitch. And some of the marching organizations within the Jewish Federation in the heart of New Jersey are the Marlborough Jewish Center, Temple Beth Am, Yeshivat, Netivot, Montessori, among others.
And coming into view right behind them, Torah Mates float. And leading the way is a vintage ice cream bus wrapped in bright Torah Mates branding with the inviting message, "Will you be my Torah mate?"
Where is that bus? Look at it. What makes it an ice cream bus?
Maybe it was formerly an ice cream truck that's been retrofitted.
That's a dream large ice cream truck.
Right.
I love it. Torah Mates is one of many incredible programs offered by URA, a national outreach organization impacting thousands of families across the country. They offer everything from Jewish school scholarships to youth groups to holiday events and family retreats to their renowned summer camp and so much more.
And if you look at the camels. Look at the camels just right behind that bus. They're behaving so well.
They're approaching us very soon. I can't wait to have them next to the booth here.
Is this the first year we've had camels in this parade? I don't remember. Annette tells me it is not the first year we had camels.
Okay, well, I guess
It's the first year I can remember having camels.
I never had camels here. Yeah, it's my first camel. My first camel experience. I did actually ride a camel in Israel.
Oh, wow.
When I was in elementary school.
What was that like?
Riding the camel or being in Israel?
No, riding the camel.
Actually, and when I went back for Birthright in 2008, it was a unique experience. Part of you feels like you're at a zoo, and the other part of you is like, wait, I'm actually in the desert in Israel riding a camel. It's very surreal. Wow.
There's a great shot of them.
Yeah, amazing. They look very content. So from camels to camaraderie, the Torah Mates float is all about bringing people together one weekly session at a time, and it's easy to join, so make sure to check them out online. Again, Torah Mates, will you be my Torah mate?
Of course I will.
Thank you. Will you be my Israel mate?
I'm just looking at the camels.
I know.
So if you have anything to say, go ahead.
No, I would love to ride a camel right now. Feels very appropriate.
Again, a reminder of our theme, Hatikva, the hope. And it just continues to persist, despite the fact, of course, that we await the homecoming of these 58 hostages, and we continue to hope.
The fact that we have camels here, representative of the desert in Israel, and here they are, I mean, what's more hopeful than that? I mean, nothing unifies our two countries the way that this parade does, this event does.
Are the camels eating?
I don't know.
I saw one of the camels munching on something.
I guess they brought some straw with them. I would love to learn more about this ice cream vintage truck.
That is a large ice cream truck.
What a fun group. I love their outfit. I love just seeing the different attire today. Even the camel knows where the cameras are. Look at it posing.
It's kind of a diva-ish camel.
Yeah. They're beautiful, aren't they?
Beautiful.
I would love for the camel to come over to the booth and give you a big, wet kiss.
That's fine.
Or I guess a very dry,
Do
dry one.
you think the camel would give me an exclusive interview?
I think so. Well, we're about to find out as the camel's walking up the avenue. Moving very quickly, too. You always think of camels moving so slowly.
The camels are like, hey, this parade will move as quickly as we say it will.
Did we talk more? Did we talk about Torah Mates having different study programs and 14,000 participants take part in the study programs every single week? And here they are next to the booth now. That was amazing. How beautiful was that?
Gorgeous.
So for those of you who can't see, we're on camera. We both have our phones out. We're texting and taking videos.
Excuse us while we take pictures and text
That was
people.
so beautiful. So the camel came right up to Robert, which is what we were hoping it would do.
I got
I
some
really
great
thought
photos.
he or she was going to come in for a second. So our handles are up online, by the way. Our Instagram handles. I'm Dana_Arshin and
At Robert Moses Reporter. Perhaps now we should post said pictures under said Instagram handles.
we should. We have been tagging pictures. I also want to talk about the blazer that I'm wearing today. This is a beautiful beaded embroidery blazer. The back says Am Yisrael Chai, and there is a little Israeli flag and two local moms, Liz and Kat Collective, that's their brand. A Jewish woman and a non-Jewish woman came together, and proceeds of a lot of their Jewish-related gear that they make, for everything from bags to custom blazers, actually go to Israel, and that started after October 7th. So I feel really special to be wearing this today. They also made these stack of bracelets for
Beautiful,
me, which
yeah.
you can't really see
Everything
with the
looks
blazer.
great.
But of course, the yellow hostage ribbon, and it was really meaningful for me to be able to show my pride and to support local entrepreneurs. So thank you, Liz and Kat, for making me feel so special today. All right, these bears, why don't you tell us a little bit about them? They're with Torah Mates. How many people do you think are in them? One in each foot?
It looks like it. Oh, thank you. People handing us Torah.
Thank you so much. Torah Mates just came
Torah
and dropped
Mates
off 2 hats for us.
I would imagine there's maybe a person in each leg. Don't you think? Should I?
It would definitely blow away, but I cannot wait to wear it.
Should I put it? It's not big. My head's too big.
No, you. There we go. Windy, windy day. Thank you guys so much for being with us today. It has been so special, and there's still more to come. And now the JCRC New York float, which of course is the sponsor of this amazing, amazing event.
The reason we are here, the producer of Israel Day on 5th, JCRC remains deeply committed to serving as a local advocate for Jewish needs and Israel's cause while serving New Yorkers of all backgrounds, ethnicities, and faiths.
JCRC New York serves as the central coordinating and resource body for the Jewish community in the metropolitan New York area in the community relations field and is an active force in New York civic and communal life. For more information about JCRC, visit Israel Day on 5th. You can also scan the QR code that will pop up on your screen throughout the broadcast to learn more.
Excuse me, I was saying hello to a couple people down here. "1,000 people strong with JCRC today, so we'll be a while."
That was nice. I just had some friends come out. The former chairwoman of our Holocaust Museum, HMTC, Andrea Bolender, is here marching today.
It's so fun doing this parade for so many years. I've gotten to know so many people, and so to have them come up and welcome me back and say it's so nice to see you, it's really, it is like a family reunion.
Tamar, my friend right here, is visiting from Israel. Oh, my girls from the JCC. Hi. Wait, I need to take a picture of them. Hold on one second. This is so special. I know these girls from the Sid Jacobson JCC on Long Island. They are Shinshanim, which is the term for gap year for Israelis. They're doing a gap year here before they go in service. Thank you so much.
And here is Yanina performing on the JCRC float. So let's listen for a minute. And the JCRC float passing us by here.
Hi, girls. Hi. Hi, Mindy. Mindy Perlmutter is with JCRC, the head of JCRC on Long Island. We do a lot of work together. I'm actually speaking at a JCRC event next week, this Tuesday maybe?
You should figure that out.
I have something coming up with them very soon. It's amazing. And we saw our honorary Grand Marshals, Lizzie Savetsky and Ari Ackerman, two good friends of mine who were on that float.
This is just an enormous group with JCRC, as we mentioned, like 1,000 strong.
So many different groups within it as well. And they do so much. On Long Island, there's a coalition now for all different groups that include the JCRC and different JCCs, and they all come together to put on events and raise awareness. It's really beautiful. They all support one another. There's never competition. We all just try to uplift one another.
I think that's the message of today. Everyone is pulling in the same direction.
Oh, hi. Someone just said Danaport, Washington. I love seeing my town out here.
All sorts of organizations represented there with the JCRC. Dix Hills and East Meadow and Greater Port Washington Jewish Community, Hewlett.
JCC is all across Long Island, Plainview Jewish Center, Midway Jewish Center, Merritt Jewish Center, Melville Jewish Center. All of these organizations marching with JCRC. Specifically, that's JCRC Long Island today. Huntington, Temple Beth Israel, Temple Beth Shalom of Roslyn. I'm saying them all because I know how special it is to be the viewer and hear your synagogue or your organization called out. Sid Jacobson JCC, which I mentioned. I do a lot of work with them through UJA. End Jew Hatred is a really amazing organization that started after October 7th. Schechter School of Long Island, Run for Their Lives. So many organizations out here. So, how has today compared to previous years, would you say?
I feel like every year just gets better. I really do. Weather was stunning. I just love seeing everyone. The crew is just great. Just being with you and Baruch, and it's phenomenal. I hope I can do this for the next 50 years.
Me too, and I hope to be by your side. Do you think they'll take us back when we're old men and old ladies?
We'll have to start the negotiations right after we get off the air here.
Right? It has really been so special and so beautiful. And I feel like in the face of adversity, we show up even more.
Yeah, I mean, this has just gotten stronger since October 7th. As terrible as that day was, it certainly brought people together here and gave this parade a newfound purpose.
Yeah. There will never be a silver lining to the horrors ever, but what has come out of it is the largest sense of pride I have seen in my lifetime among Jewish communities.
Really, really breathtaking. And in our last moments here, I just want to again thank our terrific crew, namely David and Annette, and Jenny, and Lauren, Amelia, David. Just a spectacular group of people here. Kind of in the distance is Tel Aviv, the nonstop city that offers a unique blend of innovation, culture, and coastal charm. More than 300 days of sunshine and 9 miles of white sandy beaches. The city invites visitors to enjoy surfing, beach sports, amazing food, or simply a stunning Mediterranean sunset, all just steps from vibrant urban life.
And it's all about the cool vibe, as they say, the sense of well-being and the kind of friendly people, from luxury hotels and soon-to-open Mandarin Oriental to stylish boutique options and affordable stays like hostels and smaller hotels. Tel Aviv caters to every traveler. And the city really never stops. And we have the End Jew Hatred. Hi, Michelle, the founder of End Jew Hatred, is right here chanting next to us. So great to see all of them.
And one last time, we welcome you to our perch here at 68th and 5th. We're so happy you were with us today. We hope you found today as uplifting and inspiring as we did. The theme of Hatikva, the hope, permeated the spirit of all who marched as a sea of blue and white flags filled Fifth Avenue.
So with renewed hope for the release of the remaining hostages and ongoing hope for peace in Israel and throughout the world, thank you so much for joining us, and thanks to Baruch Shem Tov, the third member of our team.
And Baruch, let's send it to you for a final word. Good to see you as always, my friend.
Thank you so much. This was such a special day with both of you. It was a true celebration while also demonstrating our solidarity with all of the hostages still in captivity. Truly so many messages to continue to think about throughout the day and beyond. I adore you both. Congratulations on another meaningful and wonderful parade.
Oh, we were saying I want to give you a hug on camera because that's our thing that we do. So Baruch, it was so amazing. All of us were on Fox 5 together reporting, so to be reunited, this is so special. Robert?
It is great, and Baruch, you're just such a light, and love you so much, and thanks again for making this another great year.
Love you
and again,
both.
a very special shalom to all of you who joined us all over the world on Fox 5 here locally, on the website, and in all different ways, even on social media and text messages. I got so many texts, and everyone's saying, how are you texting while live? But I love that. And then I had a friend say, well, my friend heard you give me a shout out, so it's very special. and it's just such a community vibe.
And a couple last thank yous, again, to our great crew, but also to the men and women of the NYPD, the FDNY, all the other first responders who had this parade go off without a hitch. Just a terrific day here in New York City. We're so happy that you were part of it, on air, online, however you joined us. We thank you for the text messages, for the support on Instagram and everywhere else. It really was a day to remember. And of course, we're also remembering the families who are not celebrating so much today, but they are keeping hope alive that they can bring these hostages home.
And we are remembering every single hostage and every single person lost, and we will work so hard to keep their memories alive. Thank you, thank you, thank you, and shalom. We really appreciate you joining us today.
For Baruch and Dana, I'm Robert Moses. So long, everyone.
Doesn't matter when, doesn't matter with who, doesn't need to be fair. So open up your eyes, shut down your minds, open up your hearts, just leave it all behind. Oh, who cares what door you're coming in from? As long as you're inside. Good luck, my friends. Well, goodbye. Enjoy the ride. Your mind.